All righty, people. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Is me coming at you again with another live hangout vid. All right, let's just make sure my levels are okay. I always like to do the mic check here. Vid. All right, let's just make sure my levels are okay. Uh-oh, find a little feedback. Mic check here. Uh-oh, find a little feedback. Hold on, let me mute this. All right, that sounds better. Anyways, guys, do you guys hear? Hey, what's up, Percy? What's happening, man? Do you hear any feedback right now? Yeah, let me know if you still hear feedback, brother. I'm doing good, by the way, man. How you doing? Yo, Pesh, what's up, man? Long time no hear, man. Long time no hear. No feedback? Great, great. So we're good now. So yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Pesh. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just, breaking this out to you guys. I did a upload video on this. Uh, yeah, I'm surprised not many channels has gone on this yet. There's a few uploaders and people in the commenters that have gone on this story. Luis Ortiz rejected the Anthony Joshua fight, which was on a short notice. But before I give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the situation, which I already did on my video upload, in case you missed it, let me bring up the article and I'm going to read it for you guys right here, so that way we can all follow along together. Let me see. Oh, so Granados and Garcia did a 1.4 million viewers on was it PBC Fox, I believe, or was it Showtime? Okay, whatever the channel was. Yeah, it was on Fox. They seem to get a lot more ratings than Showtime. It is what it is. What's up, Shizbiz? Big up, brother. Big up. Big up. So let's look at the Ortiz article. Let's look at the article and why they rejected the fight. They claim they were being lowballed, but the article does not go into in the intent. Doesn't go intensively into the reasoning why they rejected the fight. Which, by the way, I did predict they were going to do anyway because short notice. Ortiz gone through a tough fight. Obviously this is the right time to take him. There's just no way they're going to accept the fight. And there's another reason why he didn't accept the fight is because he's already got a rematch that's already scheduled for Wilder once he gets past Brazil, if he gets past Dominic Brazil, which Wilder is expected to do. Now, let me take a look at this here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a share screen here, and we're all gonna read it together. All right. Well, we all look at it together. My bad, not read it, but look at it together. So let's go ahead and do a screen share. I'm gonna bring up the article here. There we go. Oh, here we go. So let's do a full screen share. Yeah, let's do this one right here. Okay. Anybody can see the screen? Okay, great. All right, so now, yeah, it is disappointing news, Pesh, man. It's disappointing news. Can anybody see the article? Yeah, it's very disappointing. I know, man. I'm going to read it for you guys. Can you guys see the article? Yeah, what's up, Joe host? It is frustrating at this point. Yeah, it is very frustrating. I mean, look, it's frustrating to see Deontay Wilder to reject his own offer, and it's frustrating to see Dillian White reject offers. It's frustrating to see Tyson Fury reject offers and refuse to rematch Wilder at this stage of his career at this point. So these heavyweights are playing this cat and mouse game like the welterweights did several years ago, especially with Floyd Mayweather and the Manny Pacquiao's at that time, whatnot. And I don't know, man. It seems like they're trying to use this let's let the fights marinate model to get people to garner more interest for the fights. No matter how much we complain and gripe and get pissed off about the fact the fights are not happening at the time that we wish they should happen, we're still going to tune in. And these observers, these these marketers, these marketing analysts, they all see that. They know that's what we're going to do. Amir, well, salute to you, brother. Yeah, there's no news on what they were offered. That's why I want to bring up this article because of the state of this article right here. Can you guys see it? Well, let me try to do another screen share and see what happens here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna present to everyone. Let me see. There we go. All right, here we go. Now you guys should be able to see it. So, according to this report here, as you can see, I'm gonna read it to you right here from word from verbatim. Now, there has been a lot of speculation as to who will the WBL, WBA, IBF, and IBO champion Anthony Joshua should face on June 1st in New York. I don't know why they keep counting the IBO. That's not a recognized title. Jesus Christ. But anyhow, the British fighter was scheduled to face Jarrell Big Baby Miller at Madison Square Garden, but Miller failed 3 different PED tests and was subsequently, damn, I can't even pronounce the word, subsequently denied a license by the New York State Athletic Commission due to his failed drug test, which I've already pointed out. Such names such as Luis Ortiz, Michael Hunter, and as of yesterday, Anthony Ruiz Jr. has been mentioned as possible candidates. Ortiz is by far the biggest name out of the bunch and would be the most high-profile bout possible on a short notice for Joshua's U.S. debut. The Cuban has won 3 fights in a row since being stopped by Deontay Wilder last March. In that fight, Ortiz nearly had the WBC champion out on his feet before being stopped in the 10th round. However, negotiations to make the Joshua and Ortiz fight was unsuccessful as Ortiz's main promoter said that they were insulted by what they called a lowball offer by Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn. Now, this is a quote from Jay Jimenez. Well, actually, not Jay Jimenez. I'm sorry, Jorge Garmenante, who's actually the promoter of Dave Promotions, which promotes Luis Ortiz. He said here, quote, after 5 days of the BS, we decline all of our Eddie Hearn's lowball offers and we're tired of his games. Okay. I know the magnitude of this fight. I wasn't going to let Hearn bully me, especially when I know they need Luis. I mean, who else could they really have to fight and that the public was willing to pay for? Let's tell the truth here. Well, I'm just paraphrasing here. Now, listen, I like Joshua. I want him to continue to do good, but I don't see eye to eye with Hearn. He's a cheat, meaning Eddie Hearn, not Anthony Joshua. Now, let's not get that twisted. Now, I'm done with him. Hearn's a joke. I'm done with him. Hearn's a joke. Hearn's a joke. He can go take advantages of some other fighters on short notices, but I'm done playing games with him. Now, fighter's a top 3 heavyweight. Treat him like one. Now, even without Joshua, the hard hitter has other options available. A potential rematch with Wilder could take place in the fall, along with the fights with Ruiz, popular Polish fighter Adam Konecki, who, like Ortiz, all fight under the PBC banner. Without Heyman, I never see these money issues. He knows how to treat people fairly. This is Carmenti, what he's saying. Interesting quotes by Carmenti. All right, I'm going to stop screen sharing here. I don't know, man. Let me stop it. Okay. Let me see. Let me go down the comment section and I'm going to give you guys my opinion on it. You got a link, Dan? Yeah, McGregor, I'll send you one. Give me 1 second, bro. Anybody know the figure? I don't know the figure. I don't know the dollars, Abus. That's why I'm waiting for details. I'm waiting for her to come out and make this public so he can be transparent and see what the dollars were. Look, I'm going to be real with you. I think Ortiz should have taken the fight. It is a duck. I'm not going to deny that. But there is if he was offered much lower than what Miller was getting for the fight, especially on a short notice, I could see the reason why they rejected it. But at the same time, I think, again, I have to repeat myself. I think that he should have taken the fight, and I can understand the reason for rejecting it. And I had predicted this; they were not going to take the fight, regardless. Given that this is a short notice, and given the fact that they already have fights mapped out later in the year, so I knew this was going to happen. So let me see here. Let me see. In Hearn's IFL interview, he did state the pot for Miller will be there for anyone offered the fight. Well, yeah, that's what he said in IFL, but behind the scenes, what did he really negotiate with Luis Ortiz's team? What did he offer them? And they need to come out and they need to make this public. So Aaron needs to come out and somewhat refute Garmenti's claims of them being lowball. He could say, "Look, I offered them, let's say, ballpark of $2 million." Now, Obviously, that's much lower than what Miller was getting on the short notice. But again, he could just come out and say that, just be transparent. If he doesn't come out and name the ball figure, then something's not, something's a little odd there. But I would like to say, though, let me go down the comments. He says, Shiz Business said, look, AJ booked Wembley and MSG for the big name boxers. They don't want to fight. Yeah, but Shiz Biz, here's the one thing I got to point out, though. Arguably, AJ is the biggest cash cow in boxing. He's arguably, I'm not saying he is, but that he's arguably is, right? I find it disturbing. That the supposedly the biggest cash cow in boxing cannot get the top heavyweights to fight him. I just don't understand what's going on there. I find that very disturbing. As I mentioned in my video upload, cash cows usually don't get this trouble. I mean, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, the Oscar De La Hoyas, I could go on and on and on. Now, to be fair, I'm sure they have had some one-offs there or so when there's some fighters that didn't want to fight them, whatever the reasons may be. But I would say 95% of the time, they've always got the top fighters to get in the ring with them throughout their careers. They have. I just find it very disturbing that Anthony Joshua cannot do so at the situation. I just can't figure it out. I mean, let's go down the lines. Tyson Fury has refused to fight him based off certain terms that was offered by Hearn. We all recently heard that Wilder rejected it because this was a zone situation. And then we had who else? Dillian White, because he felt he was being lowballed. We all know why Dillian rejected the fight, because there were certain terms that he didn't like. So it's like, what the hell is going on here, man? I mean, seriously. I think Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, what they're going to have to do is that they're going to have to go the Mike Tyson and Bill Caden route. And what I mean by that is that they're going to have to start overpaying guys. And they're going to have to pretty much have to be neutral with them. They're going to have to compromise. They're going to have to give them what they want to get in the ring with them. They're going to have to do it. Now, I don't think they're scared. Trust me, I don't think Joshua is a feared fighter. No, he's a dangerous fighter, yes, but I don't think he's feared. I don't think nobody's scared of him. It's just the fact that some of these guys feel they're being lowballed. I just find it very disturbing that a cash cow cannot get guys in the ring with them. I mean, seriously, Mike Tyson was a cash cow, and people were scared the hell out of him. But those guys got in the ring with him. Why? Because they got something that was worth their while. They were overpaid. Real talk. Let me see here. Yeah, Ortiz's my words will come back to haunt him, because he did say that I think he did say the words, "I'll fight Joshua for free," and then of course, that's just word talks, and then his promoter gets in and said, "No, that's not going to happen." It is going to come back to haunt him. That is true, Booze. That's true. Safami Dan says, lowball offer, man, this shit is hilarious. It's significantly higher than his career's highest payday. I mean, we can all speculate. We all assume that. I mean, but I would like for Hearn and Joshua to come out, or Hearn or Commenti come out together and discuss what the offer was, because I would like to know what it is, to be honest with you, because the article that I read to you doesn't even discuss the terms. It doesn't even specify it. So that's why I'm very curious about it. Trust me, guys, it's a duck. I said it. It's a duck. No question about it, it's a duck. But I like to get more information on it. Amir says a lot of people have said the same thing about Hearn but we know that Dillian was offered 4 or 5 million, then 6 million, but White would budge from 7 million. That's a good point. Afalabi says Ortiz duck is simple as that. No ramifications of lies. Wilder's team can never offer half of that. Well, maybe, but we don't again, Afalabi, it's fair to say that we need to get more information on this, why they consider this as a low ball. Because we're all assuming right now that, which we all can agree in unison, that maybe he was offered more than he got for the Wilder fight. We all could assume that. But I would like to see what the offer is. And Marcin B says, look, if Hearn even offered 2.5 million, it's not really considered low ball. To one sense, yeah, I agree with that. I agree he should have taken the fight even if it was offered that. But let's what were the other terms involved? That's what I want to know, because even the money may sound good, but what were the other terms? Were Ortiz team looking for a rematch clause? What were they looking for? What did they want? Because again, it's not always about the money, it's about the other terms involved. And this is why the Dillian White fight didn't happen, the rematch. Because Dillian wanted Pacific terms. It wasn't about the money for him. He wanted Pacific terms. Yes, he was complaining about the money to some degree, but the other terms were, is that, okay, where's my rematch clause if I lose? Where's the drug testing? Where's the stringent drug testing here? Now, those are the things that Joshua refused to accept. So that's why that fight did come off as the rematch, I should say. Anthony Price says that Princess said they're all scared. Nah, I don't think they're scared, man. Nobody's scared of Joshua. It's just they're trying to get what they want out of the guy. I don't know what they want, but it is frustrating as a boxing fan to see the business overcome the competitive nature and the heart of the sport of boxing, which I can't call it a sport anymore. It's a business. Let's be real. It's a business, as Floyd Mayweather said, and I don't agree with Floyd Mayweather hardly, but he is right. This is a business. It's the way it is. Well, Ortiz is 50 years old. He has an opportunity to earn $5+ million and a crack at 3 or 4 of the belts. And he rejects it. He's on a cycle. Well, it's possible. I ain't gonna deny that. It's possible. But we don't know. Again, we don't know if he was offered $5 million because remember, Kubrat Pulev was offered £5 million to fight Anthony Joshua, right? So when he pulled out of the fight, Carlos Takam didn't get that amount. He actually got less than that, which is still a good payday for Takam, but he was already on standby. So they had him, and they already made a deal with him before, just in case Pulev pulled out. So I just wanted to throw that out there. A flat fee, perhaps that's possible. They probably wanted a percentage of the gate revenue since they're taking the fight on a short notice. It's possible. It's possible. Easy bands, like I said, man. Nobody's scared of Joshua, man. Yeah, Spencer Daniels says, look, nobody's scared of Joshua. If they offered Ortiz the same as Miller, then the fight would have been made. Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's probably one of the reasons why they rejected it, because they probably didn't get the same offer that Miller got. That's probably why. I don't know. Like I said, I would like for them to come out and get more information on this, because we're all just speculating right now. But the fact is, a duck is a duck. There's no question about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a duck. Amir says, look, anybody coming on a 6-week notice deserves to be overpaid. Well, it's true. I mean, in one sense, you're right. They deserve to be overpaid. Martin B says, look, this is Al Heyman PBC pattern all over again, plain and simple. They all hate Eddie's ego. Well, that's probably part of it. Now that he's a fierce competitor here in the United States, which I have to admit, Eddie is a legit competitor now. They're all going to try to freeze him out and keep everything in-house, just like how Bob Arum does at Top Rank. So this is the model they're going for at this point. So they're going to keep everything in-house. And this is the reason why Terrence Crawford, I have to admit, sometimes is having trouble getting fights with those other top welterweights, because they're trying to keep everything in-house on that end. I'm just keeping it real. Alpha Labe says, the problem is PBC, Al Heyman. They see Eddie Hearn and DAZN as a fear threat and trying to frustrate their U.S. showdown. It's possible. And I'm going to be fair to Eddie Hearn. As much as people don't like him, as much as I've criticized him, I think it's good that he's into the U.S. market. And let me tell you why. Because if he didn't enter the U.S. market, then we probably won't get as many competitive fights as we didn't get many years ago after the Mayweather-Pacquiao saga, I have to say. Because I mean, he's made things a little bit more competitive for the other competitors, Arum and Heyman, which even though Heyman is not officially a promoter, quote unquote, but he has kind of got those guys on their A game. It's like, look, we're going to have to start offering better content now going forward. But the problem is, or the only situation I should say, is that they're going to try to keep everything in-house and make those better fights in-house. So, yeah. Akuma's Deception says, look, Ortiz has always been a fraud. The dude has never held the title. His whole reputation is built on bullshit. No, I wouldn't say he's a fraud. He's a legit heavyweight. And remember, Kakuma, let's be real. People accused Wilder for ducking Ortiz for 3 years. Let's be real. That has happened. That has happened. They accused him. I've accused Wilder for ducking Ortiz for 3 years. And then when Wilder took the fight, it beat Ortiz. Now all of a sudden that he wants people trying to marginalize him. And remember, people picked Ortiz to beat Wilder. Let's be real. There was people in the Wilder camp didn't believe he could win that fight against Ortiz. They didn't believe it. And I remember the comments. I remember this back and forth. A lot of AJ fans came at me talking about, Wilder's not the real man. He watch AJ's gonna take the fight with Ortiz. Watch, he'll take Ortiz. And AJ did take that fight back then. He did take that fight. So Wilder stepped up and took the fight, and he beat him. So now I see that everybody's marginalizing him in this sense because of that. And, it is what it is. Spencer Daniels says it's not a duck. Well, we all agree to disagree, Spencer, but now Joe Host agrees with you, but I'm just keeping it fair, man. I'm just keeping it fair. I'm just keeping it fair. And I like Luis Ortiz. I like Anthony Joshua, though I've criticized Anthony Joshua, but I have to call it what it is, man. I'm just being fair. you know, I can understand their reasoning why they didn't want the fight. As I predicted, they were gonna reject it anyway. But a duck is a duck. But Leonard Sterling says, look, Mike Carpenter had tweeted that this was not a surprise, given that the PBC has already said that Ortiz was already promised a Wilder rematch. Okay, that's probably the reason why he didn't take the fight, because if he had took the fight now, he could dangerously risk of getting the Wilder rematch if he didn't win that fight. So maybe it's possible Ortiz wanted something worth his while to take the fight at this magnitude on a short notice. So maybe, I don't know. Pesh says, look, I've got to the point where I just don't care. Way too much BS in boxing. I'm going to concentrate on the fights that have been made. Yeah, that's a good point, Pesh. I agree. Wow, the best. Axel says that. Wow, the best boxers duck at each other. Top five. Well, they all duck at each other. I mean, it's like the top five heavyweights don't want to fight each other. I just don't understand it, man. I really don't. I really don't. And I thought this was the time when we can get away from the Mayweather Pacquiao era, where all the bullshit and shenanigans would stop. And now we're seeing this shit in the heavyweights. you know. Spencer said, look, stop paying people based off their last fight. They pay them on what they're worth at the time of the fight. Spencer, you may have some points, man. I may have to agree with you on that. I mean, let's be truthful here. Luis Ortiz has generated a bigger profile after the Wilder fight. Even though he lost that fight, he did generate a bigger profile, and he is known in that area. And if you need to push out 3,000 more tickets, and those tickets are not cheap, you may have to pay him. And that's probably what Hearn refused to do. He refused to pay him. So now they're going to have to figure out how they're going to push out those last 3,000 tickets. Too many AJ Nut Riders in here, but it's cool. Welcome to Modern Day Boxing Joes. Dan, have you seen the offer that Ortiz got? No, we haven't, unbiased. That's what I'm saying. We haven't seen the offer. We don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure. That's why I'm hoping to get some more information on this. Oh man, there's a lot of good comments in here. Yeah, what's up, Jeff Boxing? Jeff, what was the offer? We don't know, Jeff. We don't know. All I can tell you is based off the article I read to you just a moment ago. I can tell you that Ortiz's promoter, Dave Promotion, said that they were being lowballed. They've had a couple of offers sent to them, and they were insulting offers. So I don't know what the extent of that is. So we need to get more information on it. So Jeff says, well, Heyman could pressure Ortiz not to go to AJ because it's more pressure on Wilder to take the fight. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I won't deny that. Dan, who has Ortiz beat since the Wilder fight? I mean, why isn't he fighting other contenders at PBC? He's done nothing. I mean, well, that's a good point. I mean, ever since he's lost to Wilder, he's fought the Travis Kaufmans, the Razu Kajanus, and the Christian Hammer. So not the brightest of the bunch of the contenders, but Christian Hammer and Travis Kaufman, I would say, are tough. I mean, they're good than what their record suggests. But obviously they're not top 10 fighters, but they're not bad fighters. But I didn't really like those two fights, to be real with you. But you may have a point there. So yeah, again, I wish he had taken the fight, but again, I'm just interested to see what more information comes out of the situation. El Chanito, hey, what's up, man? I'm glad to have you on my channel, brother. JD, what's happening, man? I'm not happy that he rejected the fight. Hamed, I did criticize Ortiz. I think he should have he should have not taken the fight. I did. I don't know if you've been listening to early on my channel earlier. I did criticize him. I'm like, dude's a duck. He should have taken the fight, like I said. But if they were being lowballed, then maybe based off what terms they were offered, that I can understand that. But at the same time, he should have taken the fight. He should have. Brandon White says maybe the offer was too low for a short amount of time. Yeah, like I said, we're all speculating right now. We're all speculating. You know, we all assume that it was more than what he got for the Wilder fight. But okay, that was the monetary offer. But what were the other terms involved? That we don't know. Easy Man says, how much did he make in the Christian Hammer fight? I don't know. Let me take a look at that. I don't know. Obviously, it was not $1 million, but let me look at the purse. Let me see. It doesn't say here. If anybody can let me know how much he made for the Christian Hammer fight, please post in the comment section because I haven't seen how much he made for that fight. Again, he got 500,000 on a 5-week notice for Wilder. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't get Wilder on a 5-week notice. The fight was made after Wilder knocked out Severn. The fight was made in December, I think. Hold on, let me check. So that's incorrect, Adam. Let me see. The fight was officially made on what day? I'm gonna look at it right now because I know that fight was not on 5-week notice. The fight was made on, I think, December of 2017. Yeah, it was December of 2017. That's when the fight was made. So they had 3 months to prepare for that fight, which was enough time. Yeah. So it was December, I think it was December 5th of 2017. Yeah, that's when the fight was made. All right. Adam Konaki? He said Adam JD. Oh, okay. It was January 12th. Okay, close enough. AA Blunts, close enough. Thank you, man. JD says, I think Ortiz made 375 grand for the Hammer fight. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't $1 million, but we don't know the exact number. I would like to see what that number was. I know it was not $1 million. We know that. We all believe that was nowhere near $1 million. Yeah, it's a lot of it's a good banter here. I like this little back and forth here in the comment section. Yeah, that's a good point, Jeff. It's a good point about the Takam thing, but to be, and like as I pointed out, Takam didn't get the offer that Pulev got. Takam got less than what he with the Pulev, but it's still good money. It was still good money, and also it's also worth pointing out that Takam, that fight was already negotiated before. I mean, Takam already agreed to be on standby before the Pulev fight was announced. So they had him on standby just in case he had pulled out of the fight. So they've already negotiated that deal. So Dwayne is in the chat. I knew this was coming. He says, I don't want to hear any excuses, y'all. Toast for AJ, 50 million. But Ortiz came and said, I'll take any purse. AJ fights then Joshua. Well, let me see. AJ pulled his car and he don't want it. Well, fair enough. Adam says, I'm going to double check myself. All right, cool. And Moreno says those UK journeymen will take whatever Ahern gets them. I mean, you're a journeyman, bro. Jeff Boxer says, yeah, but it was a fat paycheck for Takam either way. Yeah, I agree. But like I said, they already negotiated that situation before pulled out of the fight. So yeah, that was already a done deal. Al Chanto says Al Heyman's not playing chess versus Herm, Aram, and De La Hoya. It sucks for us boxing fans, which is true. A Abu says, look, a low ball's an area that they're trying to push. This is a chess game by Heyman. I mean, maybe. Brandon White says, look, is 5-6 weeks fair enough for Ortiz to prepare? Well, Brandon, you may have a point there, but as a heavyweight, you don't have to cut weight. So that's not the issue. But the one thing I would say, though, given the fact that you're fighting Anthony Joshua, top level heavyweight. You have to study his style, so you need a little time to prepare for that. Not a little more than 6 weeks, but needless to say, I think to me 6 weeks it was a bit enough time for him to prepare, but we don't know. Adam, you're wrong because you didn't even look, or you would have seen the announcements. Go below. Wow. Hey, let's see. Ortiz can't say lowball and not give us a number. Well, that's true. Where's the link, Dando Ortiz? Why you call me Dando Ortiz? Fuck you. I'm just fucking with you, Mark Krager. Fuck you, dog. All right. Uh, let me see. Okay, I suppose 13th, so I apologize for saying the 24th. All right. JD says Ortiz will never sell a fight as much as Miller, so that's why he doesn't deserve the same value. The guy can't even speak English, so regardless, he could got millions. Well, I disagree with that, JD. Totally disagree with you on that, brother. Miller may have a big mouth, but he's still not known in that area compared to Ortiz. He's not that known. Ortiz's profile has gotten bigger bigger than Miller. Real talk. Miller couldn't even pack out a goddamn 3,000 seat civic center in a remote rural town area of Kansas. All right, I'm just being real. And to be fair, that's not a boxing area. Midwest is not a boxing capital of the United States, but Ortiz is more known in that area after the Wilder fight than Big Baby Miller is. So I have to disagree with you on that one. A lot of good stuff in the comment section, man. We got the AJ fans versus the neutral fans versus Wilder fans. It's all good talk, man. Miller had to talk because he did that in the ring and he wasn't all that impressive. That's true, Mim Reynolds. That's true. All right, let me get the guys in the comments. I mean, and send them a link because I know they're waiting. They're waiting to get in and start talking shit. This is all good, dog. Like I said, I predicted they were going to reject it anyway, so it is what it is. Alrighty, let's get you guys on. Let's see. Hop on, people. Let's see. Ready. Let's see what we got here. Man, you certainly got jokes, man. McGregor, what's happening?
Greetings. What's started, man?
Not much. Just going through this, man. A lot of good energy, positive vibes in the comment section. In my chat.
Yeah, man. Chat's banter. The chat's absolute banter, to be honest.
Yeah, it's absolute banter. It's actually neutral, man. There's a lot of people who disagree and agreeing. But
yeah, it's people telling each other to go suck goats and stuff. I love it.
Yeah, but it's funny at the same time, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. But what's your take on the situation, bro?
I have a different view to probably nearly everybody. I don't think there was ever an offer.
You don't think? Okay.
No, I don't believe there was ever an offer. I also think Ortiz's team are lying out of their ass based off of their Instagram post.
Okay. All right. So break it down. We'll explain.
Let me bring up the Instagram post real fast.
Okay.
Because this looked sketchy to me.
All right. Let me look at. Yeah. Let's look at it together. All right. Let's do that.
King Kong Ortiz Insta. Right.
Is King Kong Boxing, right?
King Kong Boxing, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look.
Right. All right. So I'm looking at because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, it's under Jay Jimenez, who's the manager of. All right, so here it is, and they're blowing it up right now. All right, it's a no-go for January 1st. Sorry, guys, we were told to stay quiet as possible and play possum until the fight has been made. Because every time someone called Luis out, it would be a gimmick to promote themselves and not, but it still didn't work. We just received news from the promoter that it's a no-go and it was all a gimmick, and Hearn's Lowball offers will not be accepted, and no contract has ever been sent So sorry to the loyal fans. Luis really wanted this title shot. That is
Okay.
kind of vague.
First of
That's
all, I don't believe in any shape, maker, form Eddie Hearn told them that was a gimmick. That's the first part where I think he's lying. There's absolutely no way on earth Eddie's like, oh yeah, by the way, we were just bullshitting with you for the last few weeks. Cool. He doesn't do that type of shit.
Yeah. I don't know,
Right.
man. Like I said, Hearn needs to come out.
I think if there was an offer, the realistic thing is that he's probably on a cycle right now. To be honest with you, Dan.
Yeah,
And
probably.
I think that's mostly if there is an offer. But in all honesty, if there's a low ball offer, it's probably worth, I'd say, a minimum of about 3 million. Right? Let's just say it's 6 times
Okay.
his highest payday. Let's say he wants 6 million. That's what they call a low ball offer. When previously it's 500 grand.
Well,
Kind of a bit bullshit.
Yeah. As I stated earlier, what were the other terms besides the monetary terms? What was the other terms involved?
I have no idea. All I know is that he'd be fighting for 3 world titles, wouldn't he?
True. But again, it's kind of like the Dillian White scenario. I mean, the money was okay, but what was the other terms that he, what was the other terms involved? Same thing with Tyson
Well,
Fury.
I think there's a greater risk for Dillian White and Tyson Fury than there is for Luis Ortiz. This is a man who made 250 grand in his last fight, 200 before that, 500 before that, not even $1 million in his last. Like Wilder, Wilder, Kaufman, and
he made 250 grand in a hammer fight.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't see that because I've been looking all over for that first.
I remember when it came up, it was at about 250 grand is what was reported for Hammer, and about 200 grand for Kaufman.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
And Wilder, that's 950,000. Let's just say we can be generous, and he made 500,000 for all 3 each, yeah, which didn't happen. It's 1.5 million.
Right,
it's
just about
still
over
in 3 fights and a world title fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's less. It's still less than what he would have gotten offered for 3 world title belts. This is a guy who, at best, is going to get another fight with Wilder for at most probably about 2 million.
Right.
I can't see it being 6 times what he got. I can't. Well, it's not big enough to go pay-per-view.
Right. Let's be real. I didn't think they were going to accept the fight anyway. I predicted this too. And you remember that conversation we all had? I was like, he's not going to accept the fight at this notice, at this time. He's not going to do it. And I predicted it too. So
you said you don't even believe there'd be an offer at the time.
Who? Me?
You said, in all honesty, I don't think there'll be an offer. Maybe there will be. If there is, they're still not going to take it.
Well, no, what I said is that Cali Ligna reported they didn't get an offer sent to them at that time. So,
well, I'm talking about the conversation we had, not the reports. Like a conversation that we were all talking about a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, whenever this news was broke.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, they got the offer, but I'd like to know if they extended that offer and see, well, what was it deemed as a low ball? I would like to know what that low ball terms were because we all just speculating right now. That's all what we're doing. But we can all conclude a duck is a duck. Yeah, a duck is a duck. So there's just no other way of describing it. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm just keeping it real. And
on the Instagram, let's keep going down this Instagram post that they made, right? You got to the part where it was like a low ball offer, right? Or a gimmick.
Right.
Go down from there.
All right, let me go down. Let me hold up. No. Pause, guys. Pause. Say, let me go down. Pause, y'all. All right, I'm going down. Well, I'm scrolling down. Let me use that terms. All right, so looking at the comments, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Bad Hat says, Bad Hat Matt.
No, not the comments. Continue reading on from there. Like on Luis Ortiz's, like we got halfway through that, I think.
No. I read the whole thing. I read the whole post. I read the whole thing. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Man.
That's all it is.
Let's be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be realistic. It doesn't matter who he fights at this stage. It really doesn't. The difference in the viewing numbers don't really matter. It's on the zone.
Yeah, that's the thing. It probably would have mattered anyway. But like I said, he should have taken the fight. It's just there's just no answer buts about it. I could understand some of their reasoning. I get that, but at the same time, they should have taken the fight. It's a duck. Don't play it simple. So I
like
don't
you said,
know.
unless he was holding out for a Wilder fight, right?
Yeah, that's what they're reporting. Is like he's holding out for a Wilder rematch after the
Well,
the
I
Wilder
doubt
gets
he's
through
making
Brazil.
more money off of that fight. He's not getting more belts. Does that mean that he feels the Wilder fight's more winnable?
Probably. I mean, he's probably getting some upside in that fight. Probably. I don't know what the upside amount is, but I don't know, man. It's just here's the thing, though. What I find very unique or intriguing, I should say, it's kind of like reminds me of this the Rock Nation shit situation years ago when they tried to come into the world's sport of boxing. They were offering all these PBC fighters a whole shitload amount of money, and all of them rejected it.
Yep.
It was a lot more money than they would have gotten if they were started without. And it's just like some reason it's like these fighters are so loyal to Heyman. It's like wow. It's like how you know. I guess because Heyman treats them so well to the point that no other promoter would treat them the way they've been treated. And to be fair, Eddie Hearn has treated his fighters well too. Let's not exclude him from this. He has. That's why some fighters stay loyal to him. You know. But it's like in this situation, I've never seen this much loyalty in boxing for one manager or slash promoter in my lifetime. I've never seen it.
I haven't either. I haven't
Yeah,
either.
yeah. So it's like
And
maybe in this situation, Ortiz is so loyal to Heyman because he's looking at it and saying, "Look, he gave me a title shot. Nobody else gave me a title shot. It'd be more rewarding if I stick with Heyman down the long run." I don't know. That's probably what they're
I'd say
thinking.
the only other time we've ever seen this amount of loyalty has gone way back to maybe Tex Rickard.
Oh yeah, probably. That's a good
People,
point.
no, but once they got with Rickard, they never left,
Yeah,
kind of thing.
true.
But the main reason for that was Rickard got the money. He got
Right.
all the money.
True. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments in the chat. Man, I mean, in my stream, man.
Yeah.
Damn, these comments are like fire. There's a lot of speculation going on. People's like, nah, he's trying to cycle off PEDs. Nah, he's getting lowball. How can you say lowball is a duck? I'm like, well, man, a lot of interesting comments here.
I don't think it's a low. If it's anything more than 2 million, I can't call it a low ball. It's a low ball in comparison to what Miller made, but it's five times
Right.
what he would have made. I mean,
That is true. I agree.
500%. Like if you're working a job for $10 an hour, and I come up to you and I say, "Hey, dude, come work with me. I'll give you $50 an hour," and you're like, "That's a low ball."
That's true.
Because you
That's
were
true.
offering the other guy 60.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah, but to me, let me ask you this, because some guys are agree to disagree. There's like a bit of a disagreement here with this question. Do you think 5 to 6 weeks was a short notice, or was more time for him to prepare? What do you think?
I think 6 weeks is all right.
6 weeks, because a lot of people are like, let's say Joe Host is a comment section. So what's up, Joe Host? Joe Host says, look, yo, Dan, if the offer's 1 million more, then I'll definitely call it a duck. Yeah, I mean, look, we could all assume that's what it is, man. It's a duck either way. I'm just being real.
I mean,
It's a
Joshua
duck.
Brazil both did 6 weeks notice.
Right.
Joshua Martin was 7 weeks notice.
Right.
Joshua White was at 4 weeks notice. You
Joshua
know what I mean?
White? First fight?
Yeah,
Or
Joshua White. The first fight was 4 weeks notice.
Really?
Joshua Klitschko was 11 weeks notice, 12 weeks.
So almost 2 months,
more.
2.5 months on that one. Yeah, so that's more
I think it
understandable.
might have been more than that because they announced that fight after Joshua beat Molina. And he beat Molina in December, and they fought in April. So that was actually 4 months.
Yeah,
right?
4
That's
months.
a lot of notice, right?
Yeah,
But
a lot of time to prepare.
If you kind of look at it, a lot of Joshua's fights are like the Pulev thing was 7 weeks notice, and then Takam ended up being 3 weeks. Like a lot of it's 6, 7 weeks anyway.
Right.
I think Miller was very fortunate to get that amount of notice.
Right. I think the Povetkin fight, even though they announced it like at a time span, but that fight took longer to make than usual. Let's be real. I think that fight they had a lot of time to prepare for that one. But
well, that was May. They officially announced that fight taking place, or was late May or early June.
I think it was June.
Took place in August.
Yeah. Right.
It was early June. I think it might have been June 6th on the date, the premiere of the Zone launch.
Right.
The Zone launch.
It happened in September. Yeah, I remember that date. It was like the week before Canelo and Golovkin too.
Oh yeah. So that was 3 months.
Right. But anyways, a duck is a duck, man. I mean, like I said, there's no other way of describing it. I wish he did take it a fight. Like I predicted a couple weeks ago that he wasn't going to take it anyway. So
you did say that. You did say that, Dan. You did.
He did say he wasn't going to take it. He
Yeah,
said
I
if
did.
there is even if an offer even gets made to Luis Ortiz, it's not happening. Luis Ortiz
Yeah,
won't take it.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
even
see,
so.
I agree with that, and I understand why, because he didn't look too good in his last fight, and you want a good preparation to fight AJ. I get that, but then
Yeah,
don't say that he's lowballing you to save face. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest with the public. That's all.
right, right. I agree with
I
you on
would
that.
rather him just say, "Look, if I want the AJ fight, I want 10 to 11 weeks notice."
I agree. If he had said that, he got more respect for that. I think he would have got more respect. But the thing
And
is
then
that,
say the
He ain't
thing,
got
I'm
time
not
to
a
get.
fill-in.
He ain't
I'm
yeah,
got
not a
time to
fill-in.
get 10, 11 weeks older. What the hell? He ain't got
well,
time to get that. That boy
hey, what's up,
74.
T?
That boy
Hey, for real
74
though,
like
bias.
Larry Hoover. What y'all talking about? He old as hell.
Hey, bias though. Hey, bias though. That is a good point you made right there, though. But like I said, though, we all speculate right now. That's why I like to see what more information gets out of this, because I like to know what the terms were, what were the financial terms, what were the other terms involved, because I
Oh, no,
want to
no,
see.
no, no, no. Fuck all that. He said he gonna fight for free.
He did say that. He
That's
did say
true.
that
He
before.
did say
But you
that.
know
I
what
would.
though? I mean, look, if it's more than $1 million, he has no excuses. Also, the 3 belts on the line, or 4. Sorry,
Yeah.
IBO. I know people don't count it, but I'm just saying the belts are on the line as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a
Well,
dub.
yeah, it is a duck, no question about it. But as me and McGregor were talking about earlier before you guys hopped on, is just this thing with the loyalty to Heyman and PBC, man. I find that very remarkable and intriguing in a way, because as I brought up the Rock Nation thing, we all remember Rock Nation tried this model years ago where they were trying to go after all the big name fighters at PBC, offering this whole amount of money that they never got before, and they all rejected it. So maybe his loyalty to Heyman is a played a factor to why this fight got didn't get made. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, I think we all, recognize this through Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Floyd.
Yeah.
It just seems like a lot of fighters that are with PBC are extremely loyal to them. And even though they say they're their own boss, I don't really believe that, because I don't see them fighting on any other network besides
Yeah,
Daniel Jacobs and Amir Khan. Amir Khan, also a PBC fighter.
yeah, he still is. He's still signed to Heyman on an advisory deal. So, I mean, I guess that's one aspect of that fight getting made with Chance Crawford. So things can be done, with Top Rank and PBC Heyman faction. Um, but yeah, it just seems to me that Amir wants to jump on. He's from the UK. All right, Amir, give me a second. Actually, he don't like Eddie Hearn, so we'll get his perspective on it. All right, Amir, I'm
Yo,
gonna get you.
yo,
What's up, man?
I heard Ortiz's highest payday was 500,000. So
Yeah,
what
that's
was it?
what that's just what's reported. We can all speculate that he was going to get more than that for the Joshua fight. I may
So
have to
what?
go that route. I may have to go that route. But like I said, I have to repeat myself. I'm interested to see what was the monetary terms and what were the other terms involved.
So
That's
what
why I
was he
like to know.
offered? Like, does anyone know what he was offered or what?
We don't know. We don't know.
So so that's what I'm trying to say. How do people know it's a low ball offer then?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a low ball. That's what I'm trying to. That's why I'm taking a moderate stance on this and say, well, okay, let's wait to see what more information comes out, because right now we can only speculate.
Yeah, I just went on Twitter. I seen the article from Boxing Scene. I think people are all like,
Right.
people are ridiculing him because he said he wanted the fight, but I don't know. I still don't know. I'm pretty sure it'll be higher than 500,000. I don't think it'll be lower than that, or even about the same. Cause that's pretty low. Like for a big world, was it 3 of the world heavyweight titles?
Right.
Maybe he gets back end money like all the PBC fighters claim they get.
Exactly. That's how I was going to point out. Maybe there's back end money that he gets on PBC, and that's something he was going to get with if he fought on the DAZN card. So that's
I,
probably.
Hey, AJ be out here getting robbed, bro. He be getting robbed. Like I remember the Floyd Mayweather days. Your ass got 2 million and he got 30 million. I don't know what the hell AJ people out here giving people 8 million, 9 million for. That shit crazy to me. The boy robbing himself.
Well, don't you find it kind of troubling that arguably the biggest cash cow in boxing, and like I said, I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying arguably that he is. Do you find it very troubling that he can't even get the top heavyweights in the ring with him? Fury, Wilder, White, now Ortiz. Don't you guys
they
find that kind of troubling?
they
Yeah,
scared.
that's true. That's
I
true.
They're
find it
There's a
scared.
lot of
scary. Yeah.
politics involved.
They
No,
scared.
there's politics
I don't think they're
involved.
scared, man. I don't think they're scared. I'm just being real. I think there's
Man,
something.
listen, the dude is a unified champion. You fight him, you will more than you'll probably get at least twice your payday that you ever received.
Dan, was anybody scared of Floyd Mayweather? Like when
Hell no. Was anybody scared of Mike Tyson?
No. Let me ask you though. Let me make the point. Let me make the point. Let me make the point.
All
Floyd Mayweather don't knock your ass out. He'll dance, prance, make fun of you, but then you would go star in a movie like Victor Ortiz did. Joshua, he done fucked your life. Like, I'm not saying he the most dominant fighter in the world, but he is fucking some people up. And I believe Ortiz did say, man, I'm getting old. I talk a lot of shit because they like to hear it and they like to report on it. I'm gonna pull out of this though. Ortiz, man, come on, man. You got your whole car.
Let me ask you this. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But what about Mike Tyson? Because a lot of guys were scared shitless of him, but they all got in the ring with him. Why is that?
Eventually.
Yeah, it's two different times, but it's
come on. Nah, there's no two different times. Tyson was the most feared man.
What I mean by that? What I meant by that is like that time. I don't think there's much politics, right? Right now, you got too many.
Are you sure about that? Our king was monopolizing the whole sport. There was a lot of politics involved back then, man.
Now you got too many different networks. The three of the heavyweights are all on different networks. I think that time maybe is one or two.
Yeah, that's
very true. Pay-per-view is in a whole different place. The record been broken over and over and over again because Floyd Mayweather put this shit in a whole different place. Well,
it doesn't dismiss the fact that they're all scared of him. And I can go back to the Michael Spinks situation. Look how long it took for that fight to get made. You know how long Spinks team was holding out for that fight with Mike Tyson? They were holding off that fight for nearly 2.5 years until they finally got in the ring with him. So I'm just saying.
I don't.
What about a deal, Dan, of what's the name? Michael Spence going through like a mini retirement and whatnot.
Yeah, he was like on his way out the door. He was looking for a cash out. That's why he held out as long as he could. They held out 2 years for that fight. It
is not like the guy was improving at the time either. You know, before he moving up.
He's one of the top fighters in boxing. He was an undisputed light heavyweight champion at the time. Moved up and beat Larry Holmes for his lineal title. So that's
and from what I recall, Michael Spinks, I think he said he hated boxing as far as like not the sport itself, but he just like didn't like the box.
Well, Michael Spinks, let me just say this. Michael Spinks was one of the greatest fighters of all light heavyweights, as you want to K. He was one of the greatest fighters of all time, no question about it. But he had this, he was a disciplined fighter, yes, but in some cases, he never liked to listen to his people or surrounding him. He never listened to his trainers. He always did things his way in the ring. I mean, he literally was like somewhat uncoachable, as some people would say. He's one of those guys who didn't want to listen. He was hard-headed. He didn't, he just wanted, it's like you tell him one thing, it goes out the other ear. That's how he was.
Hey, but Dan, can we be honest about Ortiz, man? Ortiz is he's not a top heavyweight.
He is, bro. Despite what was happening now, he is.
He is better than the majority of the other heavyweight. Like he is a top 5.
Who did he?
No, that last fight didn't look like it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Who did he beat?
Forget all that perception. That last fight told on him, and he would have got his ass whooped by any of the top 10 guys had that been them in that ring.
They would have stretched him.
And he might done.
I don't favor most people to beat Ortiz.
That second round he was doing squats.
Yeah,
man. Who was that dude? Christian Hammer. Y'all favor Christian Hammer. Y'all favoring Christian Hammer to go in there and put the chubby white dude all over the ring?
Absolutely not.
I don't.
EJ just got on it. Hey, EJ, what's happening, bro?
I'm good, man. What's going on, panel? What's popping? Hamid, what's going on, Hamid? What's with these memes, bro? What's going on with these memes? And why are you terrorizing low place? Why are you terrorizing low place?
Problems are early, man.
I'm in deep, bro. Hey, but anyway, what are you guys talking about?
Ortiz rejected the fight as I predicted. What do you think on that, man? He claims he was being lowball.
Cool. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What they doing to do? Yeah, like if you really think about it, he's been advised by his advisor that end of the day we're not gonna take no fight short notice and leave AJ in the pit. If you really think about it, it's like they shut all the doors and then leave AJ to struggle. You know what I mean? And Eddie Hearn, because the thing is, they're trying to get inroads into America and build themselves in America. So the big baby pulls out on obviously drugs. Yeah, if they don't take that fight, they only see Eddie Hearn and Joshua squirm to try and find an opponent. So, but at the same time, I would have liked Ortiz to take the fight. But you look, Ortiz is how many years age? And if he's not in training and he's not ready, then he can't
Someone
really take the
said he's
fight.
47.
Yeah, like you imagine that, yeah, and then you're talking about like recovery time, training, and preparation in a short notice. So Ortiz takes that fight, right? AJ goes in there, knocks him out like Amir Khan, and knocks him down like Amir Khan in the first round. Then now his credibility is done, innit? And we don't care because end of the day, all we see is that Ortiz already got knocked out. So I guess in some respect, yeah, they got to look after themselves. But it's a payday. But is it just a payday, or do your career continue? Is he gonna get another shot, or maybe you can build up? Remember, you want to get a shot when it's your advantage, not someone else's. Remember, Joshua's training. I don't know if Ortiz is training. Remember, he's old. He got recovery time. He fought recently, so I'm not gonna blame the guy for not taking the fight. What I am interested is who's gonna.
Do you think Ortiz is better than Andy Ruiz? Like based on Andy Ruiz when he.
Andy Ruiz is okay. Andy Ruiz is okay. Andy Ruiz is okay. Andy Ruiz, like, he hasn't really been active, so Andy Ruiz should take the fight. But like I said to you, whoever takes the fight, whoever takes the fight, they're gonna make Joshua could either come out and just bang the guy in the first round, or can make Joshua look bad. Either way, it's bad on Anthony Joshua's team and their management that they picked Big Baby Miller in the first place when there was better credible opponents like Ortiz in the first place.
Yeah, that is true.
That's what I'm saying to you. And I don't blame Ortiz at all. I don't blame Ortiz and some of the other guys not taking that fight on short notice. I don't blame them at all. That's the way I see it.
Big Baby wasn't a bad fight now compared to what the whole mess.
Wasn't at all.
Especially when he was trying to fight
Big Baby would have hammered him.
Especially when he was trying to fight Wilder, and Wilder didn't want to fight, so he had to fight Big Baby Miller.
Hold up a second.
Big Baby would have beat the shit out of Christian Hammer.
Hold up for a second. Do you think that Big Baby Miller would have been a better fight at that time over Ortiz? Do you guys really believe that?
I do today.
No,
Ortiz was
I think Ortiz would have been a better fight. Ortiz would have been a better fight. But my problem with Ortiz is he talked all this shit. They offered him the fight, and
I think you got feedback, brother. I believe you got feedback, so you might have turned your value down. You might have a video playing on your end.
Who?
I think it's
Somebody
better. It's better.
Oh, battle.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. You're good.
I'm muted. I said, look, the Ortiz versus AJ would have been a better fight, in my opinion. I think the AJ versus Miller would have had the biggest question mark because we don't know what Miller could bring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing with me is Ortiz took all this shit about, I'll take that fight. You give me $5, I'll take that fight. Nah, bruh. Nah. Then they offer you the fight and then you're sitting there fucking go back to eating your pastry food, man, you old man, bro.
Yeah. Hey,
why are you blaming him for You're a hater, Dwayne. You're a sour.
Nah, you know why?
You're a sour hater.
Nah. It's not about being a hater, bro. It's about
bro.
energy, bro.
I can see it.
You know what? Oh, you could take it, but why you making AJ squirm, bro? Man struggling for opponents now, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Remember, again, Al Heyman is they're playing a game of chess, bro. So what are you trying to say? Yeah, he says that, but remember, he's been advised because the thing is, I'm sure he'd want to as a fighter. Like, look at this, right? Give you an example. Didn't Eddie Hearn call Kell Brook dead of night? Go, Kell, what you saying, mate? Do you want to take the Golovkin fight? All right, Bubba, I'll take it. Right? Look at that bullshit. Look what happened to him. I lost his eye. You know what I mean? Then he lost his other eye. So what I'm saying is that you have advisors, you have people looking after you, right? Who look after you and say, yo, you could take the fight, you can make a lot of money. Are you in training?
But you also need to say that, are you going to tell me Ortiz's stock has risen since the Wilder fight?
Man, okay. Wait, let me tell you something, bro. I was in the sports center today, yeah. Media workout. Charlie Edwards is a WBC flyweight champion in the sport, right? Bro, he weren't getting mobbed. He weren't getting run down. Man weren't dying for his autograph. Bro, he had his hair pink, and man weren't running him down. I love Charlie Edwards and his brother Sonny, yeah. But what I'm trying to say to you is that, bro, don't listen to that hype thing. Man will walk street and man don't know who he is, bro. Don't tell me nothing. This is England. So I'm trying to tell you about all that stock don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It's what you do in the ring.
Okay, well, hold on. But if you're sitting there telling me, it's a lowball offer, I'm looking at
No, I never said that. I think it's a good offer.
I'm talking from Ortiz perspective. Why he's taking the fight.
Okay, hey, hold on, guys. I got Amir, we have a new person on the hangout. What's up, Amir?
Yo, what's good, bro? Shout out to you for getting me on, man.
No problem, man. What part of London you from, brother?
Nah, I'm from UK, man. I'm from Birmingham, like.
Oh, you from Birmingham? All right, cool. I
Yeah.
thought you from South. My bad, dude. So, what's your take on this whole thing, man? You say it wasn't. You say it
Bro,
wasn't
basically,
Lowball. Go ahead, give your thoughts on the situation.
yeah, basically, to me, it's like this. Yeah, it's AJ's US debut. Jarrell Miller's pulled out. Yeah. Ortiz is a bigger name than Jarrell Miller. Nobody knows Jarrell Miller. People know Ortiz because he fought Wilder. Jarrell Miller's fought no one. Yeah, so just pay the man 10 million flat fee. Jarrell Miller was
10 million.
wait,
10 million.
Yeah, 10 mil.
Nah,
Yeah,
but-
sure notice.
crazy.
10 mil, let him finish. Yo, let him finish. 10 mil. Go ahead. I'm on that. Go ahead.
Let him finish.
Nah,
Go
listen,
ahead.
look, you've got to overpay these guys. If they're coming to fight you on 6 weeks notice, short notice, you've got to overpay these guys. Jarrell Miller got what, 6 million? Is that what he got?
About 7 million, roughly around there.
Okay, about 7 million. He got 7 million plus a percentage of the pay-per-view for the US. Just give Ortiz 10 million flat fee. Do you really want the
I don't
fight?
get this logic, man. So you want
Two different
AJ,
things.
You want AJ to reward Ortiz for getting a title shot? Like
Well-
what?
Wait,
let me
Ortiz should want a title shot. He should
Miller,
be jumping up for
Miller-
the title shot.
No, because this is what you're missing.
No, you missing it. He telling
Wait,
you.
hold
Ortiz,
on.
man.
Let him finish.
Telling
Let him
you
finish.
the truth.
already has
Low. Hey,
Wilder
let him
rematch
finish.
lined up.
T. Everybody, let Amir finish. Today, after he finished, one of you guys can jump in. Go ahead, Amir. Finish up.
Ortiz already has the Wilder rematch set up. It's already lined up for him. So AJ, he's doing his US debut. If his shit flops, yeah, then he's fucked. His stock goes down and he better give Deontay Wilder that 50-50. So he needs to pay 10 million, plus it's a credible win on his record. It gives him legitimacy. Yeah, because all these people are saying that
you sound like an
that he's been ducking.
Why you let him speak, man?
Ortiz,
That's
you know
the
what I'm
truth,
saying?
man. The guy's come on the first time and you like, oh, let him speak. You should mute yourself. Go ahead, my man.
But yeah, so this is what I'm saying. It's his US debut, yeah. 10 million flat fee, no pay-per-view, no back end, nothing. Boom. 6 weeks notice. He's a southpaw. It's a credible win on your record, yeah. What's the problem? You've got to think about it this way as well, yeah. No, but you've got to one last thing, and then I'm done. You got to think about it this way as well. Wilder Ortiz 2 is already in the works. So AJ, by giving him a lowball offer, Ortiz is thinking, Russ, this might F up my rematch with Wilder. I don't even need your money. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's backed against the corner. So he should overpay Ortiz to get that fight. Yeah. And
you can't just keep overpaying. Look, Wilder turned down whatever 100 million. Look, Ortiz, his highest payday was 500,000. Until we know what his.
Bro, it doesn't matter about payday.
Let me finish.
Yes, it does, bro. Yes, it does.
No, look,
what promoter is gonna pay? What promoter is gonna
AJ,
overpay a fighter that isn't worth 10 million?
He paid to come 5 million to step in against Pulev.
That was a fight on one.
Who's a better fighter, Pulev or Ortiz? Who
has a better resume, Pulev or Ortiz?
How much did Charles Martin get paid for AJ?
Ortiz hasn't lost. Yeah.
Who's more known, Pulev or
Ortiz didn't lose at the time.
Wait, one at a time, guys. One at a time.
Pulev was a man.
Hey Dan, how much did Charles Martin get paid for AJ?
Charles Martin was the champion as well, so you don't bring that up.
If I'm advising a fighter and I'm telling him never to go be unified champion, I'm gonna tell a fighter to never go get his belt, never go be unified, because you never get the rewards of doing what everybody else didn't do. Because this dude came on here and just said, pay a motherfucker that ain't been paid number 500,000, 10 million fucking dollars. Hold on, he ain't even your own fighter, and he think he's making sense. And this shit is crazy. I don't know where you getting it from, But bro, that's entertainment.
Wait, hold up,
So
y'all. Hold
what,
up.
what,
Hey,
the logic,
So
the
you're
logic.
saying he should get
I
500k?
don't understand the
Hold up,
logic
hold up,
Y'all
hold up.
behind
saying
that.
he should get 500k? So
Everybody,
make your point.
hold up, man. This is his first time on. Don't drum at him
It's the
bad hard.
first time on.
No.
I'm
Somebody
just
make a
talking to
counter
him like a
argument.
man. We men here. We
Yeah, I
men
understand
here.
that.
We
Yeah.
men, and I'm gonna have to let him know. Look, bro, that shit right there. Oh man, I'm telling you, my fighter wouldn't fight nothing but for British titles. Because at the end of the day, we gonna make 10 million by just holding our hand out the way you got boxing set up.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like what Ortiz
They should
got
have
to
just gave.
earn
They should
that.
have
He's
just
not the
gave him
cash
this.
cow though.
Well, let me ask you this. Besides the monetary, we don't know exactly what amount was offered. But what were the other terms that involved in the fight that made them reject it? Have you thought about that?
Bro,
To me,
I don't even care what. Listen, you were getting a shot at 4 belts. What?
3 belts. I still not counting
Well,
that.
all right, you
Trust
guys
me,
don't count the
you're
IB. Okay,
getting the
so 3
you're getting
belts.
the
3
shot
belts.
at 3
look on
belts.
short notice. You're forgetting that bit. On
Who
short notice.
cares? Short notice,
On
bro.
short
Yes,
There are
notice.
people,
okay,
bro. There
What
are
do you mean? Who
people.
cares? Are you the one that's getting in the ring? Are
He
you the
threw
one
his
that's getting in
fella
the
in the
ring?
hat. What you
About
mean?
nobody
but we're
cares.
saying
You're
hold on,
crazy.
well, hold
Hey,
on, we're saying short notice, yeah.
Dwayne. Let me ask you guys this question. I know one fighter in history. If you were asked to fight Mike Tyson, who was undisputed champion at the time, on a 5-week notice, would you do it?
Well,
Yes,
listen.
yes, I would.
Right, because
Yes.
he already said
Bro,
it. He
listen,
already
these guys
said
are
it.
capping.
Hold on. He already said it. He said
I'll
the
take that.
he said the Wilder
No,
fight
no.
is in the
Regardless what
works.
Ortiz said. No, Dwayne. Regardless of what Ortiz said, I'm asking you guys.
Look,
No,
one of
no.
the
I'm
two is
asking what
lined
I'm
up, is
telling
it
you what
not?
that. I'm saying. Listen, if the situation was a situation the exact same way that he pronounced it, he said that the Wilder Ortiz fight is in the works already. So even if he comes on a short week notice, a 6-week notice, and he still puts up a good fight, whatever, yeah, the Wilder fight ain't gonna be dead. I don't think it ain't gonna be dead.
No, it's
Because
gonna be dead if he loses.
why? I think
It is
why?
gonna
Because
be dead.
people want to look at that
It's gonna
rematch
be dead.
anyway.
I agree
People
with
want to look
Mir
at
on
that
that.
rematch
If he
anyway.
Joshua, that Wilder fight
Bro,
is back.
how much? Who's gonna pay him more? Somebody answer that. Who's gonna pay him more? AJ
Who's gonna pay
or
him
Wilder?
more?
Yeah, answer
Who's
that.
gonna? All right. Well,
AJ
what's
or
the terms?
Wilder? Who's gonna pay him more?
We would assume that AJ is gonna pay him more, but how much?
Oh, okay.
How much is he going to get for the AJ fight? Can you tell me?
It's probably at least 4 or 5 mil, maybe
Well,
more.
that's your assumption. That's your
Wait, hold on. So,
assumption.
what are you lot proposing that Ortiz gets?
I would say he should at least he deserves maybe 4 mil.
Why does Big Baby deserve more then?
Big Baby had
Exactly.
a contract
Big
with
Baby's-
Maximum, though, man.
Yeah, why does Big Baby get 6-7 million plus pay-per-view?
Big Baby sells the fight more. Ortiz doesn't
No, he
speak
doesn't.
English.
No, he doesn't, bro.
He doesn't
No,
say
he sells more because he's
Ortiz
American and he
nearly
can speak
flipped
English.
Deontay Wilder.
exactly. That's my point.
And
That's my point.
and it's in his hometown.
And it's in Brooklyn, yeah. So
Nobody knows the guy.
Come on.
No, nobody
Hold up.
knows Real Miller
Yo,
because he's over the top.
Hold up.
people know
Wait,
Ortiz more than they know
Alright,
Darrell
yo,
Miller.
listen.
Amir, hold up, guys. Hold up, guys.
Right.
Big Baby's mouth couldn't even pack out a 3,000 stadium arena in fucking
yeah, but he
Kansas. For
wasn't
God's
fighting
sake.
AJ.
Yeah, but Dan, listen,
saying is that- I'm saying that the fact is-
listen to what you're saying. You're saying in Kansas. How much is Ortiz gonna sell in Kansas? 800
Yeah.
people. Come on,
Yo,
man.
Bro, he's
Look,
in New York.
Yo,
what I'm
listen,
trying-
listen.
In New York.
Listen
The
to
thing
this.
about it is
Ortiz
Ortiz has a bigger
Ortiz
name.
turned
He has-
down.
I
One
guarantee
sec, man.
Ortiz sells more in New York than Miller.
Go
Yeah, he
let
does.
battle.
Turned
Go let
down.
battle.
He does.
Ortiz
Ortiz
has a bigger
turned down
name.
$8 million. That's what I just read. $8 million. So
Jarrell-
that's more than Big Baby.
Nobody
Jarrell
even
Miller
likes
is
Yo,
elite.
hey,
Like
look,
Miller.
check this out. I got a quick question.
Wait. Hamid, where
I got
did
a
you
question.
see that?
I
Where
got
did
a
you see
question.
that?
Wait, hold on. Let Phil
8
go.
mil?
Let Phil go.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
Still get it, brother.
Yo, so this I got two things to say. My first thing is this right here. Heard somebody say offer Ortiz $4 million because Big Baby deserves $7 million, right? All Big Baby's getting $7 million, give Ortiz $4 million. Let me put it to you like this. If you do believe that Big Baby sells the fight better than Ortiz, I don't think he sells $3 million more than Ortiz does. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't know why people don't think it's a bunch of Cubans in New York City. It's a fucking millions of them.
That's true.
I mean,
That's
so when you sit here and you say, well, he's from New York. Well, I mean, boxing, people will learn real quick that in boxing, fans follow their countrymen more than fickle fans like us. You know what I'm saying? You know, people shit on black fighters shit on other black fighters all the time. So, and the people who really sell is the people that have countries following behind them. So let's just be real about that.
Yo, but how is that fair? If you turn down 8 million, come on, man.
Yeah.
His biggest
I think
payday.
it's because
Bro, you got to keep talking about his payday. Nobody cares about his last payday.
It matters.
Well,
How much did he turn down? How much did he turn
Fighting
down?
AJ.
Eight
What was
million.
Charles Martin's payday before he
That's
fought
what I
AJ?
read.
What did he get for the AJ fight?
That's what I
was
was
the
talking about
average
earlier.
opponent?
I was trying to say, hey, can I just
Wait,
I
Charles
think he was
Martin. Let's put that into that question. Charles Martin got 200. I think over 200 grand when he fought Glasgow.
Charles
right.
Martin was a
Exactly.
champion.
And
Joshua
then he
wasn't a
got like
champion.
3 million.
You're comparing two different things.
Joshua
Okay,
wasn't
pick
selling
any
out
other name
stadiums
on
at that time.
Joshua's resume. Pick
Listen,
any
He
other
wasn't selling
name.
out stadiums.
Pick a non-champion.
we can all acknowledge that
non-champion.
Joshua
This
bought
guy's
the
got an
belt. We can
agenda,
all
man. What the
acknowledge
hell?
that
No, we
Joshua bought the belt.
Hey, hold up. Hamed, I reject that notion. We're trying to be fair here. We're saying
Bro,
that. Wait, hold up. Charles Martin, yes, I agree, he was a champion. But what did he make compared to what he
Brazil.
got? Yes, what did he make in the Glasgow fight compared when he got the AJ fight?
I get your point. He got paid a lot more than you.
$7 million.
Yeah.
So he got almost what, 10
But
times more? 12
But that
times
was
That's what I'm saying.
4 or 5 years
The
ago. You're
point of
comparing.
the argument is to say I was trying to address Phil. I think what Mbaz is trying to say is every promoter knows at this point that as far as Luis Ortiz, he can get taken advantage of because nobody else is going to offer him that much.
Right. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, but look, man. Look, let me hold up real quick. Just real
Let
quick.
Phil get it. Look at Phil get it. Then I'll invite you to get back in. Go ahead, Phil.
Look. Let me tell you this right here, man. It's not about people saying it's 5 weeks out. Okay, that's the first thing. So I don't know why people is getting on here saying, "Oh, well, you get a chance at this, and this." Hey, man, what about my integrity as a fighter? What about you know what I'm saying? You saying, okay, well, I know it's 5 weeks out. I'm not gonna lowball you because for whatever reason that you just said, Ballard. I mean, that's bullshit. Like, come on, man, that's out of control. You talking about somebody? You talking about this? This is these people's job, right? They come out and they fight people. You're gonna give him 5 weeks notice. You don't know if he's been training, and you're gonna give him a lowball offer. Man, that's disrespectful, and he should fucking reject the offer. Who gives a fuck about the belts? Because at the end of the day,
but not
it's all
everybody
about money, man.
Who
It's
cares
about
about
money.
the belts? That's crazy.
Nah, because he didn't. Because look, hold up. I'm saying, hold on, listen to me. Hey, yo, hold up, listen to me. I'm saying fuck the belts, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Right now, he didn't reject the offer because of the belts. He rejected the offer because of the money. So fuck the belts. Who doesn't want the belts? Let's be honest about it.
Is though, man.
Well, for real though.
Hey man, this dude 46 years old. Y'all telling him to reject millions.
Oh, how do you know he's 46, bro?
Look,
Wait, hold up. How do you know he's 46?
Hold on, time out. I don't know. Hold up.
No matter what he is. No matter
what's the offer?
Let me make my point. I just heard everybody else speak. Let me make
What is the offer?
I don't nobody know, but we talking about this.
Oh man, come on, man. How you hold up time out? How you gonna say that he rejected millions? You can't.
That's a rumor.
You're making up stuff though.
Hold on. We finna put a number on it.
Let's put an accurate number on it. Let's just say he rejected millions.
We can't even speak. If you got a difference,
you can't just get on here making up shit.
You got
that ain't cool.
Opinion, you can't speak. That's all I'm saying. That's what.
Man, don't get on here making up shit, low place.
Make the play.
Low place. Don't get on here making up shit.
Look, if this motherfucker turned down millions and he's 40 years old.
Hey. All right.
I think someone had the echo on.
All right, look. All right, I'm mute people. Hey, I'm mute. Hey, okay. Now let's get some echo. Okay. Everybody be quiet. Okay, everybody, one at a time, okay? One at a time.
Let low place go and then let
when am I getting this? Okay, there we go. One at a time, okay? Can anybody hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hello?
The dude 40 plus, and we don't know what it really is, but he looked like he 50, and we all know it. And we sitting here telling him, hey, boxing comes around and gives you a handshake. Boxing will put your ass out and will aid you out further and further. If you can get 3 million, 2.5 at that age, and all you've been making is 500, you take it. And especially when you've been doing all this shit talking, you can't forget a nigga for saying he threw his name in the race. He threw his name in the race. Him and AJ at the same time. Ortiz was on YouTube videos. Yeah, I'd take the fight. We'll take the fight. Time ain't the thing. Joshua said we'll go to Ortiz. This dude just didn't want to work. And I'm gonna put this out there before I finish. He shouldn't even be in the fight. He 40. He gonna get his ass beat.
Hold up. Let me ask you this question.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Hold on. I'm gonna ask you this question, bro, because I didn't get an answer for you. I'm gonna go ahead and change the scenario. If you were in Luis Ortiz's situation and you offer, let's say, $6 million, and you were to fight a dangerous heavyweight like Mike Tyson, would you take the fight on 5 weeks notice?
If I was Luis Ortiz, I wouldn't fight Joshua a day in my life. The age I met after the ass whooping I just got by nobody.
Mike Tyson, I'm asking you, would you do it?
No matter about Mike Tyson. I'm giving you the answer from my perspective, Luis Ortiz. From what happened to him in his last fight and how old he is and how much he going how much
the cop out, bro.
Cop out. You just won't let me answer. You just won't let me answer. That's what I was alluding to. Before you stop me, that's what I was alluding to.
Willing to fight.
But let me say this though.
Before you stop me, that's what I was alluding to. Luis Ortiz is old, and I don't even feel like AJ need to fight his old ass. But since that's what we talk about,
what's his age got to do with it, though? That's the thing.
He didn't look too good in his last fight.
Y'all better get out that nigga dick for y'all get his ass beat.
He's looking old. He's looking very old.
Yo, what's the relevance of his age?
What do you mean?
Because there'll always be an asterisk. Bro,
Offer the fighter.
He wants to get into the ring, so why does
even if AJ fights Luis Ortiz on June 1, there's always going to be an asterisk on that win. There was only 6 weeks camp.
Joshua gets zero credit.
You know who he should have offered the fight to.
No. Yes, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why there isn't gonna be an asterisk on that win, because every Wilder fanboy has been saying that AJ's been ducking Ortiz and he's scared to fight him. So if he fights him and beats him, they ain't got nothing to say.
But listen. People were saying, wait, hold on. People were saying that Ortiz was shot in the hammer fight because Wilder ruined him.
As soon as that
fight finished, they've been saying that. So
AJ should have fought him earlier, though. He definitely should have fought him earlier.
So when AJ beats him now, they're going to say Wilder ruined him.
But for 100% fracture, it's gonna be worse for AJ's career if he never fiits Ortiz than if he doesn't fight him.
You don't need to fight. Ortiz got a belt.
If he fights him now,
wait, everybody, one at a time. Go ahead,
Amir, real quick.
Amir,
you got this perspective that these Wilder fanboys fucking matter, and that's what I knew was wrong with you when I first heard you.
Come on, man, don't do that to him. Don't do that.
I'm just trying to help him out. I'm not Dan. Let me speak for myself, Dan. I'm not insulting him. See, you jump in and you try to make me the bad guy. I'm not insulting him. I'm getting him on some game of the YTBC. We don't give a fuck about them, and you shouldn't either. They some big mouth, nobody ass niggas that just say shit.
But this is first time on. This is first time on. Just don't let them feel a little comfortable.
I'm not doing that, Dan. See, you trying to make me the bad guy when I'm not going there. I like you to stop that. I'm just letting him know. Man to man. You don't come here saying what they expectations mean something to boxing. Fuck them and what they like.
We're not talking
what you understand. That nigga 40 and got his ass beat in his last fight by nobody.
Ease up on him, all right? But go ahead.
And let's be honest, man. What's crazy is Miller already got Ortiz's highest pay versus Bogdan Dinu. You know what I'm saying? So Miller already got $500,000, and that's Ortiz's highest payday. So I mean, the fact that he gets more than Ortiz, I mean, he signed with DAZN. Of course, they want to pay.
Yeah, they overpaid him.
No pay.
Yeah. So I'm biased. I'm curious. What is Jarrell Miller like? Have more like to his name than what's the name? Ortiz was. Yeah,
listen, he can sell. I mean, listen. Let's not act like when they did the press conference, we weren't glued to the screen because of Jarrell Big Baby Miller was putting on the show.
I was
So
not.
I was saying
Ortiz, yeah. Well, Phil, you love Ortiz, man. I get it, but I'm just saying in general, Ortiz, he don't have a
I'm not talking.
personality.
You just mentioned Big Baby Miller. I said Ortiz shouldn't take the fight. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm saying, you just responded?
Yeah,
I
that
said,
was
Think
him.
about it
That
this
was
way.
him.
Man, I love
saying-
this going
I
on.
don't care if Ortiz had 20-week camp. He shouldn't take the fight. He's too fucking old.
How is he more deserving of a fight than Ortiz is?
He was
He
about
sells-
he's had a
he's
fight
Beat up
schedule.
by Christian
man.
Hammer. He
All
didn't
right,
get beat up by
If,
Christian Hammer.
if you're asking me which fight I would much rather see, no doubtably that's Ortiz. But
Well, that's fine.
I can
A
understand.
5-week Ortiz though.
Okay,
A
wait,
5-week
low pace, low
Ortiz.
pace, low
No.
Y'all really want to see a 5-week old Ortiz fight Anthony Joshua?
Nah, Phil. I'm talking about even before the Big Baby Miller fight was made. I would have much rather seen him fight Ortiz in his debut in the U.S. I'd much rather see that, but that's not what we got. That's not what we got. We got Big Baby Miller, who, in my opinion, did a really good job selling the fight, minus taking the steroids and all that. But yeah, I think I was hyped for it a little bit.
On paper, the Miller fight for your first fight would have been better because I don't know, but Ortiz I think is a better fight. Like
Look,
I think Ortiz is a better fighter than Miller.
Here's the thing: you may not like Luis Ortiz, but many of us could agree by consensus that would be a much better fight on the U.S. debut.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Better fight.
Can we agree to this, Dan? Can we agree to this? Dan, can we
What's
agree
up?
to this? Can
What's
we
up?
agree that Big Baby Miller would have beat the shit out of Christian Hammer? He would have beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But he would have been on PEDs, bro. We don't know what he would have been on. In that fight.
Hey,
It don't matter. They didn't know
you want to be
Nobody knew he was on PEDs. That doesn't matter.
Now, now.
Hey,
Ortiz was on something
Going
as
into
well,
the
though,
fight,
man.
you picking by the who? I'm just asking you. Would he?
Listen,
The one you
listen.
know, would he beat the shit out of him? Yes or no?
Listen,
Hey, you know what fight would have been great for his first debut, like in New York, if the fight was possible. I don't think it's possible with Adam Konaki.
That was not bad.
That'd been a good fight.
No, that
Listen, the amount of PEDs that Big Baby was on, he was looking to take AJ out the game, bro. He was
I
looking
wouldn't
to
doubt
exile him,
Kanaki
bro.
on the same shit. I wouldn't doubt Kanaki on the same shit. To be honest,
yeah, I would think Konaki is a better name because of his Polish fan
that's why
base.
Kanaki didn't take the fight.
maybe. I mean, they real cool. They in the same gym. They both big with high volume. Ain't no
A lot of them
you know what I'm
people,
saying?
a lot of them people on the list
I
didn't
wouldn't
take the
doubt he
fight.
on the same shit.
They wasn't clean.
Yeah,
Ortiz-
it just
Ortiz
wouldn't happen
would be
because he's
like
out
that.
here, man.
Big Baby,
It wouldn't
like,
happen
I'm
because he's
getting,
out.
Big Baby be like, I'm getting a protein shake. You want one? That's what he does.
I mean, I'm not throwing stones, but I'm just using. They associate a lot, and they do the same shit, don't they? They do the same.
Yeah. Well, let's put this. Let's say this now. Now that we know Ortiz has officially rejected the fight, we got to wait until more information comes out on this situation on what the terms were. But let's discuss. Wait, hold on. Let's discuss what AJ's potential opponent's going to be. Michael Hunter.
Real quick, Dan. Before you go to that, real quick, Dan.
This is another thing. Let me say one thing as well. Yeah.
Real quick before you go to that, Dan. Let me make a point real quick.
Okay.
Ortiz is supposedly in this VADA clean box and shit. I don't know how much they do it, but if you bring him in on 5 or 6 weeks, I wouldn't doubt he go pop a little something too to get himself ready. I'm just gonna.
Well, maybe. Hold up.
Yeah. That's conspiracy theory.
So let me. But before we move on, Dan, let me say something real quick.
Okay.
This is the deal right here, and I'm gonna be honest with you. As somebody that's a big fan of Luis Ortiz, when they said that they were thinking about offering him the fight, I said to myself, you know what? In 5 weeks' notice, Luis Ortiz will not be ready to fight Anthony Joshua. It's just not going to happen. He's going to go in because what he's doing, he can go in and he can take the fight, but it's not going to be at his best. You need to be at your best when you're fighting one of the best heavyweights, okay? Now, whether he rejected the fight or whether he didn't think it was enough money to go in at 5 weeks, in any essence, I'm glad that he did not take the fight, period.
Tatum took in a couple of weeks.
Let me just say this.
Well, let me say this. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, and Takum, hold on. Just Hamed, Takum was already notified before the whole deal. So, Hamed, you don't know what you're talking about. So just
that was short to notice.
Let me just say one thing as well. Yeah.
Hey, guys. Before we move on, I just want to touch on the clean boxing program a little bit. Maybe it's possible that's why the fight got rejected because somebody didn't want to go through the clean boxing program. We're all speculating. I don't know. But that's interesting right there. So we'll wait to see on that. But
another reason. Oh, go ahead, Amir.
Another reason why they need to overpay Luis Ortiz is because they need to make it worth it for the fans that have already paid to travel all the way to America to go and see AJ fight Big Baby Miller. The guy is cheated and the fight's off. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? You think they're gonna be happy with Michael Hunter?
I'll be okay
Like,
with
if
Andy
they want
Ruiz,
to
man.
sell this fight, just overpay Luis Ortiz, man. Do you know what I mean? It's simple.
I feel
there's
like
more risk, there's more reward than risk right
There's
now.
really any reward.
Bro,
man.
that's it. Man.
For AJ, there's more reward than
No,
risk.
it
That
is.
was
There's
his
no
whole
reward.
thing as well.
He's
His
in the-
whole thing before
If
for
he
not
beats
fighting
him,
him
he's
Yeah,
gonna get zero reward.
was that it wasn't enough risk reward ratio.
Hold up. But the way you're saying it is like people here know who the fuck Ortiz is, bro. No one knows who Ortiz is, bro. People know who Big Baby is here because they see
Now
him put
people
hands
know.
on AJ. That's it. So
People
people
So
know.
let me ask you something, Dwayne.
You know why they know Ortiz?
Listen, people
Look,
only know Ortiz
if you know
because
Deontay
he
Wilder,
got
you know Ortiz.
stretched. Because he
Dwayne,
got
hold
stretched,
on.
bro.
If you know
That's
Wilder,
it.
you know Ortiz.
I got a question.
That's it.
Did Anthony
But who knows Michael Hunter?
Joshua
You know what I mean?
not say?
Who the hell knows
But-
Michael Hunter?
No, I got a
Michael
question though.
Hunter, no,
Serious
it's not
serious
Michael
question.
Hunter.
Serious
Go on,
question.
Phil. Go on, Phil.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
Serious question though, Dwayne. Did AJ not mention that he wanted to fight Luis Ortiz? Did he not say that out of his
Yeah,
own
that was
mouth?
the first name he said.
That's why I said that. No,
That was
but
the first name he said.
So why
All
did
right.
I
Ortiz
was
pick
Okay.
I was
that?
rebuttaling the point that he made that they have to make the fight for the people who've already paid their ticket. And I'm saying the only reason why people purchase.
Look,
that
where
fight
you
is
from?
We've seen people here. I'm from the UK. I'm from London, bro. Listen,
Yeah, exactly. So if you're from the
we've
UK,
seen
I
on
know bare
TV,
people that know
Big
Ortiz.
Baby have put hands on AJ.
I know
So
bare
people are
people
like,
that know
oh
Ortiz.
shit, it's the first time we've seen this shit. We need to go see what AJ's gonna do to him. Blah blah blah. This that.
Do you know anyone that's flying out to the US?
No one's gonna sit there and say, "Oh yeah,
Look, hold on.
AJ's fighting Luis Ortiz." Like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Look, Phil,
Here they ain't gonna
Yeah,
say that.
Ortiz is better replacement than a Michael
before-
Hunter.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I'm saying.
agree. But
Hold on.
I'm rebutting your point. Of
Exactly.
saying
These
that.
people have paid thousands of pounds to go and see AJ. Do you know what I mean? At least give him a good fight.
So why
Not
you know
against
Ortiz
a bum, a
accepting
blown
the
up
fight?
cruiserweight.
So then why did Ortiz accept the fight?
Well, let me ask y'all this. Let me ask you this. If it's not Michael Hunter, then the name that was floating around, Andy Ruiz, is okay. But I heard another name too, Manuel Char. I heard that name came about.
That's a bad fight.
I mean,
That's a bad fight.
I mean, to be fair,
But you know what though?
If they make Manuel Chara mandatory, then it could make sense.
I don't know why we give Anthony Joshua such stick, but you go through Wilder's resume. I mean, there are a bunch of manual chars on there. Let's that's what I'm saying. Like
Yo, unbiased. Manuel Char not getting. Hey, look. Wilder ain't getting paid $30-something million either. Like,
Yeah,
and people
true.
not flying halfway across the world to watch the fight, man. Come on, man.
I hear you, but I'm just saying it, Joe.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Abias, you got a point there, but from the magnitude, the fact of how expensive it is to get to this fight, and you put an opponent like Manuel Char in there as a step in, you got 3,000 tickets left to sell. That's not going to look good, bro. Real talk.
It's not going to sell. It literally ain't going to sell. The only one that can save them is Luis Ortiz. That's it.
Yeah.
I
have to agree on this. Ortiz did duck. Yes, I think he ducked the fight. But in this situation, you're going to have to overpay him, man. I mean, in this situation like this, to get sell that fight, you have to overpay him.
Yo, but okay, so this is a problem with that. Because Ortiz has came out publicly and said, "Oh, I'll fight AJ for free," and now it's a money thing.
Well, did he say he'll fight him on last minute notice?
He said he'll fight.
No. That's the part. This is the part. Come on, bro. Come on.
It's 5 weeks left.
Listen, if you're gonna go down that road, people. AJ said,
hold on. Did Unbiased just make a quote?
If you're gonna go down that road,
I said to Dan.
Hold up. Did Unbiased just make a quote that Luis Ortiz made fucking 4 years ago? Like, I mean, dude, what are you wrong with you? No, you stand, bro. You stand.
Hold on. Listen.
He said it, right? So
listen. This is what I'm
and AJ also said he wanted $50 million for Wilder, but we're not gonna talk about that.
But that's my point though. My point was we were roasting AJ about saying he want 50 million to fight my man, and he turned it down.
Because that's a solid number, not free.
No, but Ortiz Cali Enigma, yeah. Cali Enigma spoke to Ortiz and he kept promoting Ortiz.
Shout out to the
saying
Cali
that
Enigma,
Ortiz, he kept saying Ortiz was fighting for $5. He said it even
I
last
told
month.
Dad
He said
about
it
that.
last month.
Yep.
He said
Yeah,
it
that
last
was
tweeted it.
when
He
month.
tweeted
Ortiz
it
was
too.
hungry. That was when Ortiz was hungry, though.
my
He was
God.
making
See,
bread.
look at the excuses,
Hungry where,
bro.
man?
Look at the
What
excuses,
excuses?
man.
Y'all gonna have to get off my dog Ortiz.
But hold
like
on,
that,
now,
man.
hold on, man, hold on.
Three
But hold
belts.
up, was that?
Nah,
Hold
nah.
up. Do y'all
Call out
think
the
that
Three
was
excuses.
belts.
What's the
more
excuses?
so
Stand up, right?
sarcasm, or do you think he was serious
No,
though?
no,
Because
no.
It
for
I
don't
some
know it
matter.
reason,
was.
I
It
feel
don't
like you
I know
guys
matter.
it
think
was.
he was really
It don't
serious.
matter.
No. Hold on.
Like
But no.
excuses,
I
like
know
yo.
it was sarcasm. I know it was sarcasm. But I'd think that
Okay.
okay, then. But to me, that means that money ain't the issue for the fight. That is,
But
that means
what has
he-
It
Ortiz
is.
done?
It's a
It is.
different
What
But
did
he's
you
already
say
circumstance,
got
when
bro.
I
a
had
good
him
fight
top
lined
5
up
under
in
the
Deontay Wilder.
Bro, this is the logic behind this is crazy, man. So
No,
he needs to
Yeah, I know you
overpay.
expecting somebody to fight for free. That's just ridiculous.
Phil.
No.
If he didn't,
But
hold
Phil,
on, Phil. So then
if
we
I
could
say to
say,
you, Phil, if I say to you, yeah, oh yeah, I want to fight. I want to fight you for. I want to fight you for $10. That even though I know you're not going to offer me $10, yeah. That just shows to you that how bad I want to fight. You
right?
understand? That's
Look,
not fair.
Dylan White. How many times did Dylan White
Exactly.
say he'll fight guys on the street? Was he serious?
Yeah, but Dylan White
He'll
ain't
say we'll
serious,
fight
man. We
right
know
now.
Dylan
Is
White
he
ain't
serious?
serious,
It's
bro.
trash
Dylan
talk,
White
man.
ain't serious, man.
Come on.
Dylan White ain't serious. Dylan
This
White
guy's a
ain't
big
AJ, man.
Wilder fan.
Fuck Dylan White, man.
Yeah, come on. Well, look, we got a mixture of AJ fans and Wilder fans in here, so this is a good thing,
And
man.
No,
listen,
but
I'm kind of
I'm just saying.
even.
Look,
Wow.
I know.
I just want to see the fight.
Yeah, but
And
the
this is the
thing,
thing as
Yo,
well.
but look,
And this
hold
is
on,
the
man.
thing
the
that you
thing-
got to
the
bear
thing
in
is
mind as
that-
well.
yo,
One last thing. Let me just say one last thing. This is the thing you got to bear in mind as well. If the goal is AJ versus Wilder, yeah, that's the ultimate goal, yeah. If he fights Ortiz and beats Ortiz, his stock goes up for negotiations in that
No, it
fight.
doesn't, man. No,
Yeah,
No, it
that-
doesn't because
doesn't.
Wilder's
Hold
already
on. Look.
said he's not
It doesn't.
accepting the fight unless it's 50-50.
And
Wilder's
I got a
Ortiz,
quick
listen,
question.
this is the problem. This
I
is the
gotta know.
issue.
Look.
This is the
Because
issue
we
that I
talking.
have with
Everybody,
Ortiz.
hold on.
Hold on.
Logically,
It doesn't matter what.
somebody said, let's
What
talk about
Wilder
this
says.
logically.
What?
So,
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, bro.
I heard somebody say, let's talk about this logically, right? So, and I'm gonna speak from both sides, right? Okay, if I'm a businessman, right, and everybody's been harassing me about fighting Luis Ortiz, okay? That's Eddie Hearn in Matchroom, Anthony Joshua, right? Everybody's been harassing me. If I get a chance to mark that tally off with him at 5 weeks training, looking like he looked his last fight, you know what? I might just say, you know what, fuck it. I'll pay him a little more money just to get that out the way. And like I said this right here, if Anthony Joshua beats Luis Ortiz, you might as well stick his boxing career in the grave because he lost to the 2 top heavyweights. He's done. Get him out of the way when he doesn't have a 12 or 13 week training camp. 5 weeks notice. You may have to pay him a little much, but guess what? It works better for you in the long run as Anthony Joshua. That's all I'm saying.
I got no problem with Ortiz asking for $10 million, but I don't think
have to be 10 million.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying because you're always supposed to shoot up a higher number. I get it, but what I'm saying is I don't think Hearn would actually give him that. So that essentially,
but
that's
what
not going to
numbers
make
coming
promoters
from?
can never agree on one
Look at
thing. They're
Hearn's
just
track
so
record.
inconsistent.
What are numbers
These
coming
promoters-
from? Like, I haven't seen any numbers.
Well, Ortiz said he wants $10 million. That's what he said.
Well, I heard
Oh,
it was
well,
8
nah,
million.
nah,
He
10 million
declined
is fair.
8
Hey,
million.
10 million is fair. 10 million is fair. I like it's short notice.
Yo,
Like,
you know we're sitting on
if you want,
10 million when I came in. Now you are saying the 10 million.
one second. If you want his ranking, if you want to knock off one of the top thing, bro, they will take it. That's the thing. Yeah, Eddie Hearn. Yeah, put his hand in his pocket, even the zone, and just take the money. There's no wrong in like I don't understand. Like, look. End of the day, Eddie Hearn did the same thing with Kell Brook when Kell Brook was supposed to fight Jesse Vargas, right? Kell Brook was an IBF champion.
Oh.
Jesse Vargas was WBA champion, right? At that point right there, Eddie goes, Jesse's asking for too much. I was like, what do you mean too much? So now he's asked too much, but you let him go fight Golovkin. These are the things, decision making. In my mind, think to yourself, you're being stingy. Give Ortiz what he wants, man. You know you're gonna knock him out. He's not in shape. 10 mil, cool. You know you're gonna knock him out. He can retire. You got his ranking, and you beat him quicker than Wilder. Come on, man. Just give him the money. That's
Hey,
what I'm
did
saying.
you-
What does Ortiz bring?
Hey, did you
Yeah,
guys
but
see? Like,
EJ, that point is like because the money in the Kell Brook Jesse Vargas fight was not the same amount of money that's in the Golovkin.
Eddie, I know, but what I'm trying to make
Hey,
a point is that Eddie's stingy. I'm trying to say that the thing is he's talking about the zone money. It's not even his money. The Zone would pay. The Zone's got the money. They could pay 10 mil. Why don't they just do the 10 mil? Give him what he asks for, and let's do the fight, bro. Man's trying to be. See this the same thing he's been doing the whole
guys,
thing.
you don't know what's
Same thing
funny?
he's doing the whole thing with The same thing he's doing the same. Hey, let me talk. Let me finish what I'm saying. Same thing he's been doing. It's the same thing with Wilder. He don't deserve that. He's biggest payday, bro. You're dumb, bro. And you see, this is why AJ's in this predicament now, because you lowball. You put the cheapest guy there, the cheapest fat guy there, and look at him stuck himself for the steroids, and that's where you are now, and you deserve it until you work hard on your money. Give the people what they want. Pay the money, bro. People want to give the people what they want to see.
No, looking at their last fight, it's the silliest argument I ever heard. Do you know what I mean? Just because he made 500k watch, Eddie Hearn paying 501k the next fight. Like, come on. It don't make sense.
Ortiz,
bro, me, I'm not. Me, it's not even about the money. To me, it's not even about the money. To me, I'm just saying, you can't. If I say to you, I will fight you for this, and it's a low amount, that means I want the fight, regardless of what you offer me. I might consider. I might even bump it up just a tiny bit. But if you sit there and say, "Oh,
in my opinion,
let him finish, man."
Here's the flow with your argument, though. When he wanted the fight.
Hold on, Amir. Let finish. Let Dwayne finish.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have a problem. Like, if he thinks he got lowball offered, that was because obviously we don't know the numbers in it, so I can't really complain. But that's what I'm saying. You've been for the last 4 or 5 years, whatever. You've been saying you'll fight AJ. Then a month ago, you said you're fighting for $5. I know he ain't gonna pay you $5, but that means that you will take the fight at all costs. So that's what I'm saying. That's the
this is what you're missing, though. This is what you're missing. Context. At that time, what was the belts was worth something to him at that time, but now he's got an opportunity to be a champion. He's got the rematch with Deontay Wilder in the future, so he don't need AJ's belts. He don't need AJ's belt. If AJ wants him to step in and ruin his opportunity at a shot at Wilder, AJ needs to
so then that means you believe that he believes that he's got a better chance of beating Wilder than AJ then.
Now, what he believes is this.
Of course, he's already been in the ring with Wilder. He's already been in the ring with Wilder, so he kind of knows, like, do you know what I mean?
Amir, you full of it. Amir, you full of it, though.
This guy said he's been studying AJ for years.
I think he means.
Amir full of it, bro. He come in here and he's saying.
Wait, hold on. Let back.
Basically, Ortiz get to walk around and be strategic. Ortiz, all these fighters get to walk around and be strategic and beltless at the same time. But AJ can have 3 belts, work harder than all of them, and he can't have strategies, right?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Wait. Hold on. This is where you got it twisted. Like, the whole point of me coming in was to say that it was in AJ's interest to take the Ortiz fight. So that's a strategy.
What does Ortiz bring to the table?
I think what Amir is
your US debut. It's a strategy to get a credible fight under your
let Battle get it. Let Battle get it. Let Battle get it. Go ahead, Battle. Say what you got to say, bro.
I think what Amir is trying to say with Ortiz situation, if when it came to like the Wilder rematch and the offer with Ortiz, I think he would have been okay if he lost his shot. If he lost his, let's say he fought AJ for $10 million. Even if he lost, he would have been okay because he got $10 million for it. He tried his hardest. He had a shot. That would have been okay. At least he got another shot at Wilder. I think that's what his point is being.
No, but you can't just listen. Let me say so. You can't just ask for something. So if someone says I want 100 million, you don't just give them what they ask for.
Of course not. But when it comes to this situation,
you listen to too many Eddie Hearn interviews.
Yeah. No. The thing is,
AJ got more fake belts than he ever seen real belts.
The thing is, the guys. Let me say something. Look,
I question all you guys this. Here's the thing. It's fair that we can critique Ortiz's decision to not taking the fight. That's fair and dandy. But I find none of you who would be in this position would take the fight on short week notice like he didn't do it, and you guys are criticizing him for that. I find that very.
I'll take that fight. I will take that fight. I'm nearly 50. I'm nearly 50 years old. I'd rather get 10 mil. Listen. Hold on, brother. Hold on. I'd rather take that fight. Yeah, take that fight. Get knocked out. Yeah, then rather face Wilder, who's potentially apparently the bigger puncher, who could apparently put me to fucking
True.
sleep and kill me for what? For how much? Come on, bro. Nah, man.
No, but last week he said he wanted the fight. Now he's talking about money.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's what I mean, man.
You want
Like,
the
this
fight, or
dude-
you don't want the fight.
I potentially know there's bigger pot in the AJ fight than there is in the Wilder fight.
Right.
So if I believe that Wilder could potentially kill me, yeah, why would I going to fight Wilder for?
Yeah, but then you got to factor in your likelihood of winning as well. If you go 5 weeks notice to fight AJ, you're more likely to lose than a full camp against Wilder, who you've already
Well,
fought.
that's a good point. That's a good point, man. Hold on. Let me wait.
Hold on. Let me just say this last thing. Let me just say this last thing.
Okay.
Let me just say this last thing, yeah. This is how I know, yeah, that the Wilder Ortiz fight would have been pointless for Ortiz, because in the first fight they still had Ortiz losing.
Yeah.
They still had Ortiz losing.
He almost knocked Wilder out.
Yeah, but hold on. They still had Ortiz losing.
Bro,
Listen,
he almost knocked
they
Wilder
still had
out.
Ortiz
That's not the
down
point.
on the cards.
That's
they had
fine.
Ortiz down on the cards.
Dwayne, that's fine, but Ortiz almost knocked Wilder out. That's what made the fight.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
Sadly, at 40, sadly after he just got beat up and being that old, he might not Wilder out again.
Look what he went through. He clearly outboxed Wilder. Yeah, he clearly outboxed Wilder.
Well, we all predicted that, but go ahead.
He basically outboxed Wilder for all the rounds. Basically, almost got a 10-8 round in the 7th. Yeah. And on top of that, yeah, they gave Wilder 30 seconds off in the 8th round to recover. Bro, look at all the adversity I got to go through for that. Nah, bro, nah.
Let me correct you on that. First of all, hold on. First of all, there's a New York State Athletic Commission rule in a situation like that.
I've never seen that for anybody else.
Why didn't they do it in between the rounds?
They brought that out of the woodwork for Wilder, bro.
Dan, tell me one other fight you've seen that happen to.
Saddam Ali versus
I never seen that happen.
Saddam Ali versus Amir Magia, and also Lamar Peterson versus Earl Spence. That happened in those fights after the Magomedov. Hold up. After the Magomedov and Mike Perez incident, the New York State Athletic Commission had put out a strict rule that if a fighter took a terrible beating in one previous round, the referee must, before the round starts, the referee must take an extra evaluation on them and take a look at it before they start the round. That's the rule.
Doctor, wasn't it?
It was a doctor. The ref had told him to go look at the doctor. That's the rule. That's the
so damn. Why didn't they? Hey, do you remember? Sergey Kovalev versus Cleverly? Why didn't they do that versus Cleverly, who was carried back to his referee?
That was in England. That was not in New York. That's two different.
Why didn't they do it?
But this one, okay, cool. But this is what I'm saying. Look at all the shit that Ortiz had to go through to try and win that fight versus Wilder. Yeah, that was the first time. I ain't gonna lie. That was the first time most of us have seen that shit.
So you tell me you don't want
to? Even Paulie was like, "Wait, what the fuck are they doing?" Like,
well, Paulie didn't know the rules. But he didn't know the rules. But for real, wait.
That's what I'm saying. So you go through all that. You basically
wait, bro. So you're telling us you don't want to see the rematch with Wilder and Ortiz?
I'm not saying that I don't want to see the rematch, but I'm speaking as if hold on. No, but I'm speaking.
Okay, go.
If I'm in Ortiz's perspective, look what I went through to get in that Wilder fight. Yeah, before Wilder knocked me down, they had Wilder winning the fight. And
so what?
You're telling me that win. No, but hold on. You're telling me. So if that fight had gone to the scorecards, do you think Ortiz would have won? They good the fight to Ortiz?
That was not going to scorecards.
No, they wouldn't win. He styled Deontay. They wouldn't have. He styled punches. He nearly clipped him.
Bro, but look, this is what I'm trying to say.
And he won
when in history has a unified champion have to beg and overpay people to try to dethrone him? When does this happen, bro? Like this is crazy.
It's probably happened.
All the time. Wait. Unified champions have overpaid all the time throughout history.
Yes, they have.
Lewis, Mike Tyson.
They've all done it. Yeah.
No. I mean, having to beg for a fight, against
someone who's not even that.
What do you mean beg for
a fight?
He's begging for a fight, bro. He's begging Ortiz.
Yeah, he's put himself in this situation. He wouldn't have to beg for a fight.
DAZN offered Wilder $120 million. He turned that down. I'm saying
Yo,
like we could just
yo.
continue.
You want to get into that? Do you want to get into
It's
that?
just crazy. It's crazy.
Hell
Come
no,
on, bro.
not with
How's
you.
man gonna pull out the 120 million?
And Ortiz has been on Ortiz went on a campaign saying Joshua has no heart, saying he's a pussy, saying all this
Yeah, he
stuff,
is.
and then he gets offered the fight and he turns it down. So I'm
Yo,
saying,
look, hold on, man.
This
Hold
guy
on, man.
definitely
Hold on. Just because I want to fight somebody, don't mean I'm just gonna take any fucking money they throw my way. That's not clear thinking.
How much did what's the name get with
What you
Canelo? The
said
guy
he
he
do,
just
though.
fought. The guy he
Who,
just
Rocky
fought.
Fielding?
Not us.
Yeah, Rocky Fielding.
Well, that's the thing I was going to get into. How come Canelo and the Oscar De La Hoyas and the Floyd Mayweathers, the biggest cash cows in boxing, how come they don't get this much trouble getting fights made? That's what
They
I'm trying
pick
to figure
these
out.
They got
Americans.
too,
You know
they
what?
got too
Because
much.
Eddie
Money.
Hearn, it's Eddie Hearn,
They
mate.
got too much money behind them.
Well, go
Eddie
ahead,
Hearn,
Amir.
like everybody comes out and says the same thing about Eddie Hearn. He's lowballing us. He's taking us for a dickhead. He's not a fair
Yeah,
guy.
he's
You know what I mean?
he's not fair.
Everybody
Who
says
He's
it.
Canelo
not
knock
fair.
out at middleweight? Who Canelo knock out at middleweight? Whoever.
Amir Khan, why?
Yeah, so why the fuck would I be scared not to fight him then? Really? Like really? Like who
Listen,
Floyd
no
Mayweather?
heavyweights.
Who
Did you
Floyd
not see
Mayweather?
Rocky Fielding take that
Who
Meatloaf place?
Floyd Mayweather knock out 47 and 54?
So what are you trying to say?
It
You
was
trying to say
Ortiz.
Ortiz is scared of
It was
AJ?
Why would I be scared to
Victor
fight him?
Ortiz.
Are you trying to say Ortiz is scared of AJ?
Nah, what I'm maybe just about probably
I think
Deontay
so.
Wilder damn sure is. Deontay
think
Wilder
so.
been scared.
You know, you know what, Low Place, you might be right. With a 5-week training camp, you know what, he might be scared to go fight the heavyweight champion of the world. You might have some validity behind that statement. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then you don't want to pay me?
Nah, not really,
Man,
because
fuck
Ortiz
that.
is a southpaw. He's been fighting orthodox fighters all his life. Why is he going to be scared of a guy who's got
Because he's
5 weeks to
44
learn how
years
to fight?
old. Because he's 44
Southpaws.
years old and he just got his ass beat his last fight. Did you hold on, Amir? We're gonna ask you, did you see his last fight or did you last see him in a Wilder fight?
What is it?
When did you last see Ortiz fight? What was the last fight you saw him in?
Bro, the water fight.
Hold on. Say it again.
Yeah, the water fight.
Okay,
The
see,
Wilder
that's the
fight. What's your
problem.
point?
That's the problem right there.
What's
He
your
said
point?
the last time he saw Ortiz was Wilder. I need you to
What's
go
your
watch
point?
his last
What's your
fight.
point? I'm busy. Yeah, no. I saw a sloppy performance in another fight after that, but
So you really believe at 40 whatever years old he is that he just gonna turn back the clock? Did you see Adonis Stevenson fight Badu Jack and then go into the fight?
Listen, I don't speculate. Let him get into the ring and decide it in a ring.
Hold on.
I'm not going to say, he's old.
Speculate.
He's this,
Okay,
he's that.
so you can't
Look, if they want to fight, get into the ring and fight.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
this is speculation. This is speculation that Anthony Joshua is way fucking better than Christian Hammer. That's speculation, right? Is that speculation?
What do you mean? Again?
Anthony Joshua is way better than Christian Hammer. Is that speculation?
No, that's a fact.
No, that's
exactly,
a fact.
bro.
Yeah.
You need to calm down.
Well,
You
yes.
need to...
Listen. Shall I tell you why that's speculation? Because Mike
I'm
Tyson was way
Nah.
better than Buster Douglas.
I'm out of here, bro. I'm out
He's
here.
deluded.
Yeah,
Beyond deluded.
Nah.
Nah, don't call him deluded. Don't do that, huh, man? He's, don't do
Look,
that, bro.
everybody can get upset. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
Eddie,
Listen,
bro,
you can say somebody's more likely to beat another fighter, but you can't say for definite that they're gonna win.
Oh,
bro,
so
these
we should
are
all
That's it.
watch
Like-
mismatches for that.
Like,
reason,
who was
because
picking Fury to draw with Wilder? No one.
That's
Everyone
true.
was picking
I picked Fury.
Wilder
Yeah.
to watch Fury.
No.
Fury
I didn't
came
pick
back
him to
from a
draw.
2-year layoff, yeah? 2-year
I didn't
layoff.
pick him to draw, but I did say it was a 50-50 fight, though.
I picked Fury
Yeah.
to win. I thought Fury
Alright,
would
well,
win.
I
that.
didn't hear
but
nobody
the
else
majority
saying
did
that.
it.
I
That
didn't
was
hear nobody
the
else saying
majority
that.
did.
Well. If we're honest, they only gave a draw because they tried to save Wilder's belt. But let's be real. Anyway, yeah, guys. So let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about it. Let's for real though. His next opponent, AJ, is gonna be Michael Hunter, man. We all know it's gonna be him because if you think about it, I kind of put two and two together. It's like a pattern. You connect the dots in a way. Is that when Michael Hunter got signed? What was it? 3 weeks ago? What was it? Like a few weeks ago he got signed, right? Back
4
around
weeks,
Blake.
about a month ago, I think.
Yeah, and that was the same time that Big Baby's drug test came up a failure. It was reported on March 20th. Huh?
Why was it reported so late then? If it's from
They
March
sat on
20?
it. They sat on it. I don't know why Hearn and Matthew sat on it for a while, so they finally reported it. I don't know why, to the public, I should say. But
they sat on it so they can bring in guys underneath a very, very light training camp, man, and they can say, okay, well, we can pay you whatever we want to. That's why they sat on it. They're some fucking assholes. That's why.
That must be true. That must be true. But I was gonna say, could it have been because they were waiting for the B sample? But I don't think it'll take a month for a B sample to come.
Wait, Dan, I got a question. Did Floyd Mayweather overpay people? I'm just curious. Did he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Nah, he never.
No, he did not. No, he did not, bro.
Who did he not overpay?
Who did he overpay? Who did he overpay?
Robert mandatory.
Nah, he never overpaid Guerrero.
Nah.
But
Guerrero
wanted more money than he.
I think Floyd.
Marcus Madonna, he overpaid.
He overpaid.
Madonna was a unification.
Not really, not really, because I think.
Yes, he did. No, not really. Why would he give him?
How much did Madonna get for the Floyd
saying not really? Are you saying not really? So you're trying to say that he deserves to get
hold on.
five, 7 mil?
I got the receipts. I got the receipts. Hold on. So Floyd earned $32 million versus Guerrero, and Guerrero made $3 million.
Yeah,
that's not Guerrero. That's his biggest ever payday.
Okay,
that was his biggest ever payday.
Let's go to my.
I didn't pay like $6 million, and I think he had got like.
Yo, he didn't deserve $3 million.
Okay, we're gonna go to Maidana. We're going to Maidana. Let's see his.
Yeah, go Madonna.
He made like $6.5 million. But
okay,
I think
Floyd made $32 million and Maidana made $3 million. So nothing changed.
That's fair.
That's
the biggest payday.
I'm sorry.
No, but look what he did. Look what he did that $3 million. That's good.
And look what you guys want AJ to do. Yo, this is crazy, bro. Yo,
but that's heavyweight.
Listen, anyone can look into history and pick out an example that suits their narrative. Do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Hold on. I'm biased. I got a question for you. Because you call this pulling up receipts. This is what you call this. You call this pulling up receipts. Hold on.
I'm gonna pull up Mike Tyson.
Hold up, I'm biased. Hold up. Yo, I'm biased. You call this pulling up receipts. Now, these people that you just named, did they get a full fucking training camp against Floyd Mayweather? You're talking about this is a special circumstance. It is. Now, if you pull up somebody that stepped in to a American debut, okay, you got people flying all the way across the world to come and see you fight, quote unquote, right? You sold all these tickets already. Okay, and then you just gonna offer somebody peanuts? You pull up an example like that for me. That's a real receipt. This shit you pulling up, it doesn't equate to the situation. It's two totally different scenarios, dude. Period.
Wow. Whoa.
I don't think so, bro. Because that's
okay.
We're talking about purses. Like I didn't talk about training camps or none of that. This is how much.
That all weighs into what you get paid. That weighs into what you get paid, dude. Like if I take a fight 2 weeks in advance and you want to offer me peanuts and I ain't been training or working out, then yeah, I probably need a little bit more money because guess what? I'm really risking my health out here.
Yeah, you got buddied, man. You got buddied, bro. You got buddied right there, bro. Buddy bag, yo.
Hey, Dan, is Larry Holmes versus Mike Tyson a good example? You think?
Yeah, he took the fight on a 30-day notice. But what happened was,
then there you go.
What happened? Let me give you the full context of what happened. He was told by Don King that he had 90 days to prepare. So hold up. Holmes said, "Okay, fine. Give me 90 days." Then he comes back and tells Larry that he had 30 days all of a sudden. And then Larry couldn't get out of that situation because he'd been legally liable if he got out of the contract. And Don King sucked him into that situation, which was pretty fucked up. So that's what happened. So
this is
how much did he get?
What was that?
Go ahead.
No, what was the split? The split? Let me take a look. Let me see how much he got for that fight.
This is the crazy part. People are calling $8 million peanuts.
No one said that, bro.
Phil did. Phil did. Phil just said it's peanuts.
Dude, I don't know how much money it was, man. And quit saying my fucking name if I didn't say that. You fucking punk. Don't play with me, man. Don't play with me, man. Don't disrespect me, dude. I didn't say nothing about no $8 fucking million. Yo, I'm biased. Don't fucking play with me, man. Straight up.
All right, come on.
Straight up. If you're gonna say my name, say exactly what it was I said. I done already had to jump on your ass about that once, homie.
You just did, bro.
Nah, man. Don't put no words in my mouth, man. Don't put no words in my mouth. I don't play like that. I'm not doing it to you. Don't do it to me. Period. I'm coming with respect, and you need to come with respect. That's how I'm rolling.
Nah, but you're not coming with respect.
Facts. Look, don't put no fucking words in my mouth.
You just said it was peanuts, bro. You just did.
I never said eight. I did. Who did he offer him $8 million?
That's what's being reported.
Who reported?
Did he offer him? Who? Nobody on here said nothing about $8 million fucking dollars. Did I say something about $8 million?
Hey, if he turned down $8 million,
no. This is what you said. This is what you said. You said if he needs a training camp, then you can't be offering him peanuts. Now I'm telling you how much it's reportedly being offered. Now is that peanuts?
Well, clearly unbiased. If he's saying he's lowballing me, then it's peanuts to Luis Ortiz. You fucking idiot.
So then exactly. So therefore, what you just said is a contradiction because $8 million is not peanuts, and you're retarded.
Whoa, wait.
To Luis Ortiz, guess what? To Luis Ortiz, it is. To Luis Ortiz, it is peanuts.
Okay, how is that peanuts? But taking 500. Hold on. So taking 500. This is how I'm about you. So taking 500K versus Wilder, is that not peanuts?
Listen to what I'm telling you. Hold on. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Exactly.
No. I'm gonna answer your question. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. Hold on. Let me answer the question. This it is right here. When you have a certain job that you need to go out and do, okay? And then hold on, listen to me. Hold on. I'm gonna put it into simple terms to you. I'm gonna put it in simple terms. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question.
Peanuts.
No,
let me answer the question.
Go ahead.
Any job.
Go ahead, Phil.
All right, listen to me. This is what I'm telling you. All right. Any job that I personally go out and do, okay? Now, whether I did the last job last time for $500,000, then that's my prerogative, okay? But guess what though? Hold up, time out. Hold on, because you're using two totally different scenarios, okay? Now, if he says if one person has a contract for the job and he's getting $7 million. Okay, and he had the opportunity to get a full training camp. Okay, and guess what? You come in and you try to offer me the same amount of money you offered him under a different circumstance where I don't have a full training camp. I'm coming in at the last minute. Then guess what? That's bullshit. I deserve more money because guess what? You don't have nobody to fight right now. You're trying to hold up, time out, hold up. You're trying, hold up, because hold up, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. Hold on, you got to think about this.
Well, I got to cut him off. Hold on, I'm not done.
I'm not done.
Hey,
I'm not done.
Let Phil finish.
I'm not done.
Okay,
I'm not done.
Go ahead, Phil.
All right, so let me finish. So you're gonna pay Big Baby Miller anywhere between $7 and $8 million. Okay, and he gets the full training camp. He gets the whole ordeal that most fighters get when they coming in to fight a fight of this magnitude. And you and you're coming in at the last minute with 5 weeks notice. Okay, you know if you've been working out or not. You know if you're gonna be completely ready to fight Anthony Joshua. You know, and guess what? These fighters know that. Guess what? I could really go in here and fucked up at this point.
I hear you.
I
got you. Wait. Yeah, let me just say this.
So this is what I'm telling you. The 500,000 against Deontay Wilder, that's irrelevant to this point.
No, it's not. Amir, hold on. Now, what you just said, if that's hold on. When you're done, let me just say this. What you just said, that's fine and dandy. But guess what? Ortiz didn't say that. What did Ortiz say the issue was? lowball offer. So then I gotta now go to his purses because he's not talking about
No.
training camp.
Wait,
No, you have to, hold up, unbiased, but you have to compare his offer. Unbiased. Hold on. You have to compare his offer to the offer that was made to the last fighter.
Bro,
Wait,
It's not like Big
unbiased.
Baby is just so much bigger than Luis Ortiz.
why, bro?
Wait, hold on, guys. Let me just ask you this: what was the other terms involved in that offer?
We don't know, but that wasn't the issue. What he did, the issue, what we know, what Ortiz said. You guys are making stuff up. What
We're
we
not
know,
making stuff up. You are.
I'm not making stuff up, dude.
Dan, hold on. This is what Ortiz's article says. This is what Ortiz's article said.
Bro,
it was a low ball offer. He didn't say anything about a training camp. He didn't say anything about the terms and anything that you're saying. He said it was a low ball offer.
It's a source known. Narrow vision.
Bro,
you've got a narrow vision. You're taking things in isolation, mate.
Thank you, bro.
You can't look at net totals. You have to look at the proportional share that each fighter is getting. He's getting 500,000 against Deontay Wilder. How much was Deontay Wilder getting for that fight?
I think Wilder got 2 million.
2 million plus upside.
So what's
2 million
that?
plus
500,000 to 2 million or whatever, right? And this is 8 million. How much is Anthony Joshua gonna get?
Why does that matter?
It doesn't matter.
It matters because
you guys have crazy logic.
Just that new fan shit. That's the new fan shit,
that's
man.
what I'm saying.
That boy Victor Ortiz fought Floyd. Hold on, bias. That boy Victor Ortiz fought Floyd Mayweather for $2 million. Floyd Mayweather made 36
plus upside.
Bro, nobody
plus upside.
Hold on. Marcos Maidana took the same shit.
Nobody cares about that.
This is crazy.
That's what I just said, bro. That's what I just said.
Marcos Maidana.
Done some stupid shit in the past. Doesn't buy
hold on a minute. You don't know this.
No, T, hold up.
Does stupid shit in the past. Doesn't buy future fighters to do stupid shit.
Marcos Maidana was a special case because the second fight he got paid 10%.
Exactly, these are non sequiturs. You're setting up straw man arguments. Yeah, that's easy.
Straw man arguments. These boys didn't make no money in the sport. Only Canelo got money.
Come on, bro. You said Marcos Maidana. How's that not a straw man argument, fam? Dan's already told you the situation with that.
Ain't no told me no situation when
it is. You got upside.
Ain't no situation. Marcos Maidana was a champion and he got the $2 million.
It doesn't matter. Listen, just because somebody in the past did some stupid shit doesn't mean a future fighter is bound to do the
How
same
is it
shit.
stupid to fight Floyd Mayweather?
Dude,
Floyd Mayweather for $2 million.
Bro, listen, it made sense for Maidana. Ortiz is saying, yo, look, I'm not about to take 5% of the total value of this fight.
The division. Ain't no money in the division besides AJ, my dude.
What?
You don't get that?
So why is AJ struggling to get fights? This is the problem. This is the problem with nobody cares. Nobody cares about fighting.
We need Esno to complete the deal.
Just about taking
fight me and make a $10 million purse. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What'd you say?
Saying that, not AJ, bro. Get it straight.
What did you say?
Okay, so hold on. Phil, not Phil. Dan.
Wait, what did he say? I didn't even hear it.
Let me finish. Go ahead.
I hope AJ just start cherry picking and get big purses for you motherfuckers can start worrying about his purses like you doing now. Because this is retarded. I hope he just start cherry picking and fight nobody. Getting big purses.
I just want to read from what the article says and what Luis Ortiz management said. Go ahead, though.
Wait, hold up. Before you read that, let Amir finish his point, and then you can come back and read the statement. All right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, look, all I was saying here is, look, you can't just look at total value. You have to look at proportion. Just because some idiot done it in the past, whatever Marcos Maidana did, that made sense for him. That doesn't mean Luis Ortiz has to do the same shit.
And he greater than Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, he is.
Greater than Luis Ortiz. He more respected.
Hold on. Listen to me. How much money did Carlos Takam get against Anthony Joshua?
Exactly. He got 5 million.
3 million actually. He got 3 million.
That was
$5 million.
Carlos
$5 million. Yeah, stepping in for Pulev, who's a less known fighter than Ortiz.
The mandatory, yeah.
Okay. Now, but can you body somebody on that? Unbiased. Can we get a body on that one, please? I'm just curious.
What?
I'm curious.
Yo,
I'm curious.
Takam was last minute. Takam was last minute. Ortiz has got 5
Same
weeks.
thing. It's last
Yeah,
minute.
Takam
Oh
got
my
5
God,
million.
Same
man!
thing.
Okay.
Same thing, bro. It's the last minute.
Okay.
The same
I guess they
thing.
both went last minute. Okay.
One was
All
2
right.
weeks.
Let low place address it.
Okay. All right. It's not last minute. Okay. All right.
Million. You said 2 million. Take it. If look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't want to see Luis Ortiz in the fight at all because it's hell.
Exactly. So that's it. So just say that's your agenda. You don't want him to fight. You don't want him to fight. Why don't you want him to fight?
Bro,
this guy's
I'm really looking for somebody to. No, honestly though, hold on. I'm really looking for somebody to comment on Carlos Takam getting what, $2 million to fight Anthony Joshua.
$5 million.
You can't. No.
$5 million. Short
Carlos
notice.
Takam got
Hold on,
stop. You guys,
nobody knew Pulev.
Carlos Takam got $750,000 or 1,000 pounds in the split. That's what the split is.
Where'd you get that from?
I have the article right here. This is what the split was. So
Let me
I
see.
don't know where you guys got those numbers, but yeah. So like I was saying, so
he didn't get no 750,000.
He didn't get that.
Dude, I know for a fact Carlos Takam got at least $1 million to fight Anthony Joshua at late notice.
Yeah. I've seen the source. He did not get no 750,000. You need to check your source, man.
All right, I can send the article. It's from
Telegraph. I can send you an article. So, like we could go back and forth.
It's probably mixture of articles. Probably different numbers. So I don't know.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. So you got number official.
But Takam got 750,000 pounds. He got 10% of Joshua's purse. So what the hell are you guys on?
Yeah, that's what this article says.
So Joshua got $10 million.
I don't know. No, Joshua got $11 million.
No, Joshua got hold on. Joshua got I think 13 million for that fight.
For Takam? Nah.
Yeah.
Million, man.
Yeah, he got like 13.5.
He's the only person in the world can make $13 million fighting Takam, and y'all worried about what he doing. Talking about he's struggling for fights.
Well, why you worried about what Wilder doing?
Hold on.
Why you worried about what Wilder doing?
Up under him. The people up under him, they can't make but 300,000 fighting Takam.
Yeah, no pleasure. His options are very limited.
You talking about T? You criticize Ortiz, but you wouldn't even step in there and fight a guy like that on fight week. You know, there's not much. I'm
fucked up. You offer me millions.
Well, anyways, let me say what. Hold on. Let me just
on all y'all for some millions.
You wouldn't do it.
I still on all y'all ass for some million.
You would fight Mike Tyson on a fight week notice. Would you do that?
Shit out Mike Tyson right now for $1 million. Slap the fuck out of him.
You say that.
So anyways,
I mean it too. Slap the shit out of Mike.
He's Mike Tyson on a fight,
bro. I do worse for $1 million.
Let me quote what Team Ortiz had to say. So they said after 5 days of the BS, we declined all of Ern's lowball offers. Hold on, lowball offers, and we are tired of his game.
I've already read that already.
Okay,
bro.
So then it doesn't. And in this article, I really can't see anything about training, needing more time. I don't see none of that.
Wait.
None of that,
you left out this bit
in here.
No, I found the article. Yeah, it's a 755,000 guaranteed, but his earnings will be double on the base of pay-per-views. You left that part out.
He got 1 point. He got 1.3, 1.4. So what's up? Like shit, good for him. That's what we saying. That's what we saying. They should be taking. They should be taking them low.
What was his last fight? What was Takam's last fight?
So, I mean, you didn't really help yourself.
Michael Hunter gonna step in and take the fight. He ain't gonna be.
Wait. How much did Takam earn his last fight?
Wait. How much?
Wait. How much Carlos offered in his previous fight before he fought AJ? How much did he earn?
Exactly.
Who knows?
Less than 100K, I bet.
Yep, he got less than 100K for that. His last.
What's your point, though?
My point is that he got overpaid.
So why don't you argue that he should get 100K? Why don't you argue that he should get 100K? You're saying he should get 500K because his last fight was 500K. So why don't you make the same argument with the
argue what Ortiz ain't doing? Y'all haven't noticed that? We always got to argue about what Ortiz ain't doing. He ain't fighting Dillian. He ain't fighting Wilder. Like y'all always coming up.
He ain't fight Fury. Okay, see, I'm biased.
Let this nigga turn shit down.
Hold on. Let me look at. I'm gonna look at his purse. I'm gonna look at his purse real quick.
Yeah. I'm biased. Yeah, you go do that. You go look at the purse and just stay away for a very long time, please, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm biased. I know you got that article. Cherry picking some I know you can but they did the key word short notice. Short notice.
What's a bummer? Someone in the chat called me a bummer.
Yeah, I know.
Michael Hunter gonna take the fight though. That's who's gonna be in the fight. Dan, you breaking up, Dan. That shit.
Hey, man, good for Michael Hunter taking a fight on short notice. I don't, that's good for him.
Yeah, he needs to take it. He already been training too. Ortiz been sitting on the couch eating Cheetos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
He ain't got time. He that old man ain't staying ready. He ain't staying ready. Yeah,
Ortiz was on vacation.
Exactly.
I agree with what's his name? His name Amir. I agree with Amir. If you're paid enough for your fight, you're not worried about how much you're getting after the fight. You're worried about am I going to win or am I going to win? I'm worried about. You probably more about winning than the money settled. So if it would came to a case where somebody would have gave him like chump change, all he's thinking about, I'm just getting this money, or he's not thinking about winning.
He's not thinking about legacy. Is pretty much what you're saying. He's not thinking about legacy.
People, they don't care. But if enough money's online, people don't give a crap about belts. I'm going to say that right now.
Yeah.
If enough money's online, people don't give a crap about belts.
Yo, man, legacy don't feed your family, homie. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but look at the logic.
Phil, you can't say that though, Phil.
Yeah.
This man is probably 50. He don't got time to get older. He don't got time to wait no longer. He shouldn't be.
Yo, let him worry about his age. Why are you worried about his age? Why are you worrying about his age for him? Let him worry about it.
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time.
Look here. He don't. Amir. I don't need you interrupting me. I don't interrupt you, bro. I don't. My man don't got 17 more weeks of camp to go get older and need more false teeth and shit. Y'all really got shit fucked up. He ain't got no window that's opening water. That shit closing and dwindling. No, bro. That nigga should have
Low, you want him to just go ahead and just take whatever they offer him. That's what you tell him.
I don't want him to fight at all anymore, to be honest with you. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt. But I'm just letting y'all know from a business standpoint of overall, it would have to be this, bro.
You criticizing him?
I think he should retire, period. That's what we should be talking about.
I think he'll get a bigger payday with AJ too. So why not take it? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with demanding a higher amount of money. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You should. If that's your prerogative, then demand it. Now, do I think you'll get it? Probably not. But you should take $8 million if they offer it. You should take $7 million if they offer it. Just, you know what I'm saying? And then if you do beat Anthony,
7 and 8 is fair.
And if you
7 and 8 million,
finish, bro. Let him finish.
And if you hold on, and then if you beat Anthony Joshua, you become the man, right? Then you could fight Wilder, and then
he won't be the man. He'd be the unified champion. But go ahead.
well, everybody will look at him as the top guy in the heavyweight if he beat Anthony Joshua.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's what I'm saying.
You get 2 million.
So real quick. Let me jump in. I'm biased. You just said this is what I'm saying right here. Okay, if Luis Ortiz is pretty much getting the same amount of money as Big Baby Miller, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, pretty much around there.
Okay, so you're saying if Luis Ortiz is saying, all right, okay, pay me what you was gonna pay Big Baby, although I don't get a full training camp. Now, I think $8 million is I would take it as short notice, but that's me. Okay. Now,
me too.
But as I'm not a prize fighter either though. So when you really break it down, okay, are you going in for the money, or are you going in to actually be able to 100% without a doubt have the confidence that I'm going in for the money and I do have a possibility of winning? Because guess what? I have completely prepared myself for this fight. It's two different scenarios you got to look at this situation under. You know, I don't think he felt as though he would be ready for the fight. So I think that's more so why he turned it down. I think it don't have nothing to do with it. I'm sure it has something to do with the money, but
I just don't think he would have been prepared in 5 weeks,
Hey,
man.
man, he was probably negotiating from the pharmacy line, getting his damn blood pressure meds. He ain't ready for this shit. It's OV, man. Hey, bro. Y'all can't look. Real quick.
What matters
Adonis
is
took the kind of punishment he did in the fight before. They like the same age. Ortiz probably older, to be honest. Okay, he took that same kind of punishment. Ortiz was getting knocked down. Ortiz was wobbled. Ortiz was tired. He was spitting in the ring and shit. He was bleeding. There's no need to continue to see this man fight. It's over, bro. Once you that old and you take Bernard Hopkins the same way. Kovalev put it on him. He thought he was gonna go walk.
Low place.
Hey,
Low place has literally got the easiest position to argue. He just don't want this guy to fight at all. Like,
I know.
He got a disabled daughter. This man got a disabled daughter, and y'all trying to tell him. Y'all trying to tell him like,
what was Carlos Takam doing before he fought?
Dan, like I said, stop trying to criminalize me. I'm not being funny. I'm telling you flat out. This man got other priorities than getting his ass whooped for y'all. He 44.
Yeah, he also promised his daughter that he'll be a world champion.
All right, I would look, man. Hey, shit, he being a good father is better than upliving any promise he can make her about fucking boxing. Being alive,
I'm curious. Lopez, I'm curious what Carlos Takam was doing before AJ.
Well, Carlos Takam fought Joseph Parker before that.
And he lost.
He did lose. He did. That was a close fight. It was a close fight.
Close fight.
No, but to be honest, I feel for Ortiz though. Like, this guy's been grinding hard, and he ain't been getting the fights that he wants. You know what I mean? He's just been getting under the radar. Like, he's been fighting for peanuts, change. Like, let him get his crack, man.
Yo, 8 million to me, that's fine. Now take it. Fight AJ.
That's more than double what he should be.
I want to say this, right? I want to clear this up.
Hamid, get out of here. Hamid, ain't you the guy that gets buddied on BFTV?
No, you're part of the LDBC, man. You're a retard. You're walling a dick right.
Y'all, come on,
you want to get pissed off,
bro? How am I LDBC if
you're a retard? You come here and you say,
hey, I want to say this to clear up
10 million. BFTB is your bitch, probably. That's why you little bitch.
Whoa.
You want to get personal?
Yo, this guy's hurt, man. Why you so hurt, bro? I'm only playing with you, Hamid.
You said
I'm only playing with you, bro.
Hey, come on, man. Let's
no, because I knew this guy's a LDBC retard as well.
Bro,
you said to me I've been listening to too much Eddie. You too much LDBC.
But you did get buddied by BFTB, though.
You got buddied today.
By who? Hey, look, first and foremost, man, anybody pull up the recording.
Oh, come on,
man. You said some of the most dumbest shit I've heard.
Let's get this back under control. Let's just get this under control. Let's shift gears a little bit. Who gives Hunter a chance to win this fight, man?
No. I give him a puncher's chance. That's it.
Yeah. Now, who's winning? I mean, can they really sell 3,000 tickets left to sell Michael Hunter? This is going to be a very tough sell, man. Very difficult sell.
Not really, Dan. Most of the people are there to see AJ, and it's for an event. It's just an event. It's not really focused mostly on the opponent if it's his debut fight in America.
It was more of a showcase fight. So, yeah, it's not really supposed to be a competitive fight.
I wanted to say this, though. In my opinion, like, I don't discredit people when people bring up their arguments and they say, oh, this person have a belt behind them. But I just want to say this. You ain't going to like this. Belts don't nearly as...
Yo, breaking up, brother.
Both of y'all breaking up, bro.
Both of us?
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good now.
Okay.
Am I good?
Still breaking up.
Oh, man. Hold on a second.
Yeah, just get back in and go back out. Go back in. There you go.
Who is that? Someone's...
That's Battle's background. He's I don't know. He's on the ocean or some shit.
Yeah, he's on the outside somewhere, man. Hey, but for real though, man. For real though. I mean, they got about 5 weeks left, man, and they supposed to announce an opponent tomorrow.
Yeah, but you know what? This is not even what's his fault. This is not even AJ's fault, bro.
Of course not. It's not his fault.
I can't.
This is what happens when you listen to too much LDBC, because Ortiz, the way they blowing him up, I just seen a couple of.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it either.
What I'm trying to say, Ortiz, they're blowing the guy's name out. When he turns the fight down, they're trying to blame it on Joshua. Like,
right?
I hear some of these guys have been blaming Joshua for Miller tested positive for 3
times.
Yo, Hamid, did you say that when Ortiz signed to Eddie Hearn to fight Joshua and he never got the fight?
What did I say? What
did you say that?
What you said? What did I say?
When Ortiz signed to Matchroom because he was promised the AJ fight and he never got it. Were you saying the same shit that you're saying now?
What did I say?
Are you keeping it consistent, basically?
That was like 5 years ago. Wait a minute. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah. So what? It doesn't matter how long ago it was.
When was he promised the AJ fight? Exactly. Hold on. When was he promised the AJ fight?
Wait, he was never promised the AJ.
Bro, he signed to Matchroom.
He signed
for the AJ fight. He promised fight.
When was he promised
him the fight?
And he got dropped because he was so bad.
Eddie Hearn promised him the fight, and he left Matchroom because Eddie Hearn was playing around.
You got an article for that? You got an article?
Promised the fight.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Charlo. You can say the same thing about Charlo and Golden Boy, and people will try to say if it's not in writing, it's not credible.
I'm here for some motherfucking work. What y'all?
What's up? I know Zone coming in with some work. What's up, Zone?
Who hating on AJ? I'm tired of this shit. I'm finna.
Nobody's hating on AJ, bro. Nobody's hating.
You know Dan always hating on AJ, bro.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off my shit. Get the fuck off my stream, nigga.
Most of these heavyweights are a joke, man. Just what they doing, these charade.
If that fat stinking son of a bitch hadn't tried to cheat, we wouldn't be in this. Fuck
yeah, exactly. You talk about Big Baby Miller. I agree with you on that one, Zone. I agree with you on that one.
I hate that motherfucker trying to cheat, trying to kill this man. All them people hating on AJ.
He put out an apology. He put out an apology video on 6.
Man, fuck.
What the fuck?
I hate that motherfucker, man. I hate that motherfucker. I hate Ortiz. I hate Pivecchia. And I'm sick of motherfuckers going around talking like Ortiz, the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Thank you.
When them
motherfuckers
in the LDBC, when we was talking to them motherfuckers,
we got one LDBC on him.
Now all of a sudden them motherfuckers like Ortiz. We
Thank
sit there and talk about Ortiz every day. In 78, and all them niggas used to say they did not like it.
Yep.
Wow, man, why y'all making this all about LDBC now, man? Come on, man.
Give them a break.
I listen to too much of them.
Y'all sound like some
I know. Let's talk about the topic at hand. We all agree in unison, right? That Ortiz should have taken the fight, man. He should have taken it.
It depends on the offer.
Yeah, it depends on the matter of opinion. Why he rejected it. Yeah, that's of course that's the difference of opinion. But we don't know the full details of why he rejected. That's why we got.
Well, we could just go by what his team said. His team said it was
Lowball. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that means he got less than Jarrell Miller.
That's what they're claiming.
We don't know.
That's what they're claiming.
We don't.
Yeah, no, because they said we do know that because they said that they would take whatever Jarrell Miller's getting. And now they're saying it's a Lowball. So that
they said that. Where's that article that they
said that? Really?
Where's the article?
Bro, this article, that bro. Research it yourself.
They said, "Well, we want to fight." That's all
because you're making it up.
I didn't hear that.
Yo, this guy
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. So,
bro,
I never heard that. Oh, Cali Enigma. Nah, do not source Cali Enigma.
How much Cali?
Bro, what you say?
Don't use Cali Enigma.
Why am I gonna source Cali Enigma?
He's fair.
Nah.
Cali No. Oh no. I'm biased. He may not like Cali Enigma, but he has interviews with them. He has posted interviews himself.
If Cali come out with a video,
he has put the video.
Gonna see. It is credibility, man.
What you guys? Wait, hold on.
You lot just don't. You lot biased. If it was a white reporter,
we're biased. We're biased. Cali Enigma is completely biased for Ortiz. Ortiz. Listen, let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me say this.
Ortiz's manager is biased for Ortiz. When he does something, do you believe it? Yes.
Cali Enigma.
So don't give me that biased bullshit.
I'm biased. Amir, hold up. Let me say this. Cali may have a bias for Wilder. We all know that. That's cool. That's up to him. Okay.
For sure.
The fact is, the man even pulled out recordings, played the voices of J.M. Menez, even played the interview.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
He
yeah,
talked to him.
you're going off.
So why are we trying to discredit that?
No,
Why
but
you
that's
trying-
so he got an just because he got an he also got an interview with Eddie Hearn.
But he talks to them constantly. He talks to them constantly. But why are you trying to discredit that?
I'm saying this because he has been on record criticizing Canelo for taking
That's fine.
PEDs and then
That's-
lifting
that's
up
up to him.
Ortiz, who is also a PD user.
That's
That
fine.
is a contradiction, bro.
That's a contradiction, but that doesn't mean
To me that shows complete bias, bro.
That does
Yo, Dan, come on,
Yo,
man. He's the biggest Joshua
whatever
hater.
you think about Cali Enigma, he's not biased.
Well, hold
Yes,
on,
he
hold
is,
on.
Oh
bro.
my
Yes,
god,
he
this
is.
guy's deluded beyond reason.
Bias.
Now
That's
listen,
not what-
whatever. All right, whatever. If he's biased or not, whether he's
hold up, hold
biased or not, yeah, he's a source.
No,
he's a
he's
source. He's a
He's a
credible
YouTube
source
channel.
for Team Ortiz.
Dan
Tell me
is a
one
credible
time that he
channel.
said
Oh
something
my
that
God.
Ortiz said, and it turned out to be untrue.
Yeah, that's a good
Give
question.
me one example.
Yo, first of all, he's an AJ hater, so
No,
whatever
that's
he
not what
says, no.
Yeah, that's not what he asked you. Just to answer the
What
question.
I didn't hear that question.
Go ahead,
What
man.
did he say?
He said, "Give us one instance where Cali reported on what Ortiz Camp said that was not untrue. That was untrue."
I don't listen to him, so I don't even know what he said.
Well, okay,
What
he
did
said
say?
he reported that Ortiz said that he'll fight AJ for $5. That's clearly not true. That's not true, right?
See, when you've got to resort to petty arguments like that, yeah, that means
you can't
when
go
you
to
have to
shock
resort
factor
to petty
reporters and
arguments
call
like
them
that means you haven't got an argument.
You can't go to
Amir, you're calling shock factor reporters like credible. That ain't
Right.
that's not
Yeah.
that's
We
not
did
gonna
look.
happen.
Bro,
The
listen,
only
I
thing
don't
we
care where
said.
the source is. I don't care who the source is. Yeah?
We do.
He's
We
not
do.
the
As long
source.
as listen,
He's a direct.
listen,
hold up,
yeah,
hold up.
exactly.
You guys can't
As
answer the
long
question.
as
You can answer
from the
me
horse's
question. What did he
look, if
report
he's
that came out of that camp?
The only thing
bro,
you
you
can.
lot are dismissing sources according to your preferences for the person.
Anybody that makes a video,
no,
anybody that
I
makes
got
a
you, Amir.
video-
Amir,
you
hey, hold on.
you still can't.
Amir, hold on, wait. Amir asked me what did Cali Enigma post that was fake. So I got you, bro. He said Anthony Joshua will not fight Ortiz on short notice. That was breaking news to Cali Enigma, but it was actually in reverse, right? So there's your example right there. Hold on. Let me look for more. I got you. No worries. Continue.
Why he's doing that? Why he's doing that?
Isn't that true? If he's just
If you're going to say Cali,
if he just declined the fight because it's too
No. He said
why
Anthony
he
Joshua.
doing that?
Hold on. He said Anthony Joshua was the one that wouldn't fight Luis Ortiz on the short notice. When in fact,
and I can debate
was
that.
his opinion.
And
yeah,
I-
exactly. This is what I'm trying to say.
So
No.
Listen,
That's not a point.
That was an opinion.
That's my point. Yeah, I said. Listen, did I say everything that Cali Enigma says?
Let me debate that. I'm biased.
No, but I said is anything that he's reported coming from Team Ortiz been turned
That's
out
what he
to
said.
have been
That's
false.
what I just said, bro. That's what I just said.
Wait.
No, you
Battle
didn't.
wanna
You
get
just
it.
said about AJ. You said AJ.
No,
That's not Team Ortiz. That's AJ.
Yes, he's saying
That's
Ortiz.
a speculation on AJ.
Okay.
Shock factor reporters.
Here, let me.
Anybody that makes a title talking about somebody to fight for free, they ain't credible.
What about you?
I'm biased. Let me debate that. I'm biased. If you're going to say that he's not a credible source based on speculation, then you're going to have to get it from the horse's mouth themselves. So if you're going to say this person contradicted himself, why not get it from the person he actually got it from, which was Ortiz's team? You can't say they lied about anything. You can say that Cali maybe lied on Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua didn't say it, but he didn't get it from Anthony Joshua. He got the information from Ortiz himself and his team.
Right. So then, therefore, if that's the case, he must be lying about that, getting the information from Ortiz's team.
No. How do you even make that logical jump?
I got a question. I'm trying to figure out how is Ortiz a topic of anything when he's a cheat? Like, what's so valuable? Can anybody explain?
Wait, hold up.
So valuable?
Beckett was a cheating and AJ fought him. So what's the point?
Hold on. You finna get this body.
What's the point? What's the point?
I'm saying that it's already established that Povetkin and Ortiz are nobodies.
You make no sense, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Bro. Do you like Manny Pacquiao?
No, listen to what I'm saying.
We two going all over the place.
Hey, don't you get on my dude Manny,
do you
bro.
think Manny Pacquiao should be a Hall of Famer?
Ortiz,
this guy's
hold on.
retarded, man.
The difference is, see, Manny Pacquiao hasn't failed a drug test.
Never
He never failed it. Never, ever.
Yo, that's why
He
the
never-
Floyd fight did.
I'm gonna let you finish it and I'm gonna go. Go ahead. You got it.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, get it out. Get it out. Go ahead.
I said, look, this how can you say he didn't cheat? He didn't cheat. Manny Pacquiao cheated.
What about Floyd?
How did Manny Pacquiao cheat if he never failed a drug test, bro?
That's why the Floyd fight didn't go ahead a number of times.
Are you serious, bro? So are you going to ignore all the time? Are you going to ignore the illegal IVs and stuff on Floyd's part, but not just have all this information?
Bro, I'm not talking about Floyd. We can talk about Floyd.
Man,
I'm talking about Manny Pacquiao though. But
When
I'm
did
just
he
bringing up
ever
Manny
fail a
Pacquiao to say.
Innocent until proven guilty.
I'm just bringing up Manny Pacquiao to bring up the irrelevance of his point.
Okay, Amir, I can
Irrelevance
agree
of
with
his
you on
point.
Lewis Ortiz part, but I can't agree with you on this. When did he ever fail a drug test?
Battle ready to go full pack tar right now. Battle ready.
Okay, what you saying? He hasn't failed a drug test.
When did Pacquiao ever fail a drug test? You know the Olympic style testing they was pushing out with the people saying it's like the strictest of them all before Vada came out. Who was the first person to
BDA battle? BDA battle.
Manny Pacquiao was the first person to pass the Olympic style drug testing. He was the first person to pass with it.
When did that happen?
He was one of the. Let me look it up. I'm gonna find the source.
All right. Well, why you find
Look,
that?
let me find
Why
you.
you find that? I'm trying to figure out why is Ortiz relevant when he's got caught cheating?
Because he fought Wilder, and if you
Listen,
give
Manny
Wilder
Pacquiao refused to take a drug test for like 4 years.
Wait a minute. Povetkin got caught cheating twice and he fought AJ. How does that make any sense? What you just said?
Listen,
Yeah, I don't agree with that logic. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
You can't agree because
Okay,
y'all
are we
shut the
asking
hell up.
Wilder to fight Povetkin right now, though?
You won't
No,
shut
wait,
the hell up.
Go ahead. Let's don't finish. I want to hear this.
My
What
bad.
I'm saying is,
Yeah.
we making this guy into something that he's not. He's irrelevant. He's a known drug cheat. I don't give a fuck who gives him an opportunity.
Wait, zone. Hold up, bro. Povetkin, when he came back from his drug suspension, which was only 6 months, which a lot of people felt that he should have got a longer sentence, a longer ban. He came back and he immediately became a top 5 fighter. When the fight got made between him and AJ, when the WBA made the fight, Povetkin was touted as a top 5, top 3 heavyweight.
Dude,
he was ranked top 4.
You telling me
what I'm no, let me finish. I was cool with that, despite the drug testing and the controversy what Povetkin had went through. I was cool with that. He had a resume. He did the crime. He paid the.
Yo,
he paid the.
all smoke. Hey, ups.
Wait, hold up. He paid the. He paid the price for what he did. He cleaned himself up. He came back and fought himself back into the heavyweight ranks, and he had a very good resume. So I was cool with that. So I never said he was irrelevant when he fought AJ. I never said that. So how could you say that when he himself had failed 2 drug tests, just like Ortiz did?
Is he irrelevant now, Dan? Is he irrelevant now? Is Povetkin irrelevant now?
Listen, look. I think we're getting off track.
Hey, I need to know Dan's opinion on that. Is he irrelevant now, Dan?
Well, Povetkin? No, he's not. No, he's still a contender.
I mean, I just don't get why Luis Ortiz is supposed to be. You got to fight AJ, but Povetkin and Wilder ain't being talked about. They the same people.
Hold on. I got smoke for Amir. Hold on. Wait. Zone 6. Let me get some smoke to Amir real quick. So Amir, you said that Cali Enigma didn't say that he got the source from Luis Ortiz. Why he's not going to be fighting Anthony Joshua? You said that it's a hold on. Wait. No. Hold on.
So okay, tell you what I said, and then you address it.
Go ahead.
Okay, I said you can't find a single instance where Cali Enigma has reported that Team Ortiz has said something and it's turned out to be false.
Okay, yes, we can.
Speculate
there you go. No speculation now. Now you're getting put in the casket. Now you're getting put in the casket because I have a video and I'll put it in the chat where he says I have sources and this is coming from my personal source saying that
play it.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Saying that I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play. Don't worry. Saying that Team Ortiz said that Anthony Joshua will not fight a slick southpaw on short notice. So he lied about that. And here you go. I got it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So you guys can continue. I just had to give him the correct.
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear that.
Okay,
That's a body.
Cali Enigma said that Luis Ortiz's team said to him, he said his sources said that Anthony Joshua will not fight a slick southpaw on short notice. And here it is. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You watch it, whatever. You guys can
that's the speculation about AJ.
No,
then.
it's not speculation.
That's another
what
point.
he said.
Yes, they are.
No,
because
no.
the team is speculating on AJ, you donut.
No. You just got bodied.
The team
Because
is speculating on AJ. They are projecting
and that's
on what
coming
they
from
think
Luis
AJ
Ortiz.
is not going to do.
That's what he said. That
Well,
was
you know what?
talking
Let me be
about
fair.
what Ortiz has said he's going to do.
No.
Let me say, Bias. I got you. You're right on that one, man. You're right on that one. I got you. I did hear that. He did say that.
That's a body.
Okay, so you guys can continue, bro.
Man, that's a body. Anyway, what I was saying was, I don't like how people are giving Povetkin and Ortiz all this fucking boogeyman credit and value when they both have a history of cheating. I don't give a fuck about you serving your time. If you're an athlete, you know that shit is unacceptable across the board. I just don't like Ortiz nor Povetkin.
Yo, majority of them are cheats, though, man. Come on.
I don't
Dillian
like
White,
Dillian White,
Tyson Fury.
I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them.
But
I don't like none of them.
I won't be surprised. I won't be
I don't like
surprised.
none of them big son of a bitches. I don't like none of them.
I won't be surprised if they're all on something. That's what I'm trying to see.
I don't like none of them. Except
What's the-
AJ.
AJ might be on something. What the fuck?
Whoa,
Hey, man. Hey, I'm by his body, dude, bro. Look.
Only person legit is AJ.
Yo, he got zipped up.
Amir, you got body because you know what I'm saying. You can admit to yourself.
Yo. God, how did I get body?
You can't even take the work, bro. You can't even take the work. You gotta take the work over here. You gotta take the work a little bit. But when you can admit that a dude is speculating negativity about another fighter, then right there immediately you have to admit this dude is biased, he's not credible, and it is what it is from there. That's what you just told him. He said, yeah, that's speculation about AJ. That's what you just said.
It is speculation about AJ. He said, breaking news, Joshua will not fight Ortiz until notice.
I can't even hear you.
Do we know? Listen,
I can't hear you. Bro, I can't hear you because I'm asking to finish. That's why I can't hear you. So if you're admitting speculation is an issue and it's not professional, you ain't no credible source then, because you'll put out anything for propaganda. That's what
no.
Listen, did you do that with Stevenson?
An entirely wrong statement. All right, look. Joshua will not fight Ortiz until notice. Is that an entirely wrong statement? He's lowballed the guy. Does he want the fight? We don't even know if he wants to fight. So right now it's all up in the air.
It's not really. He's just turned down the fight.
It is all up in the air. It's all up in the air because we don't know if he wants to fight until he gets in the ring. Until we have confirmation that he wants to fight.
Speculation.
I give him a genuine offer. Come on, man.
You want?
I give speculation. Okay, look. All right, cool. I must have set the bar very low for you to find one instance where Cali Enigma made one.
No, but that's one example. I'm sure there's many.
Very low. Yeah,
I could find many. I'm sure I can. Do I have to?
Listen,
no.
That instance.
I'm okay. I don't even want to listen to Cali Enigma, bro.
Yo, let's move on, man. I don't want to think about Cali Enigma.
Yeah,
come on, man. It's not Halloween, you
No,
know.
but back to the opponents though. What do you guys think? So Andy Ruiz, Michael Hunter.
Andy Ruiz is probably a better fight.
Andy Ruiz, maybe.
I like that fight. Michael Hunter might be a bit too small. That's not a bad fight, but I think he is American, so that might be a good option. But I just think he's a bit too small. Ruiz, I thought gave him a good account of himself against Parker, and he did beat Demetrenko the other day as well.
Yeah. He did.
Ain't none of them heavyweights popping. Ain't none of them heavyweights got nothing popping, bro. None of them got nothing popping.
But I do still want to see the Ortiz.
All right, guys. So I couldn't find no article on Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry. I'm probably got to retract that one.
What about him taking PEDs?
What the heck are you talking about, Unbad?
Y'all really think Manny took them drugs? I don't know, man.
He may be at one point in his career, but I don't think he was.
Look.
If you don't have proof, stop. Stop with the shit.
Nah, don't.
Damn it.
I'm a big Manny Pacquiao fan too, but I would probably be the first one to probably be like at one point in his career, but I don't think he was. I don't think that was the reason. Of course, we don't got a lot of proof. Stuff, bro. Don't try to use that.
On one hand,
If you don't provide proof from now, I'm your body.
Was Floyd clean his whole career?
Yeah.
Give me
On one hand, yeah.
Whole career.
Give me the proof. What did he fail a drug
I'm
test?
asking you a
Wait,
question.
hold on.
I'm asking you a question.
What's the question?
Was Floyd clean as entire career?
Yo, Dan hate Floyd, bro.
He got to be.
I know.
He never failed the test.
Listen, on one hand, yeah, if there isn't proof, fair enough. I see where you're coming from, innit? But at the same time, it was a bit suspect that he refused to get tested for so long.
Well,
He
everyone's
refused to get
suspect, man. You
tested
can
for
be
so long.
suspect about
Let me
everyone.
tell you something.
Yeah, he didn't like needles. Chill.
No. That was
Oh,
old
come on, bro.
Slick
You
Willie.
believe that bullshit excuse?
Yeah, come on, Zone.
No, bro.
Come on, man. That was suspect when he said he didn't want needles.
Bro, didn't somebody just say he went through some Olympic drug
He
testing program?
said the reason he didn't like to do it because he felt that taking blood samples to the fight it weakened him. And I can believe.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
I agree with that.
Come on, bro. You can respect that.
I can respect that. Taking your blood makes you weaker. I can respect that. But
exactly.
saying you don't like needles, you got tattoos.
Wait a minute. No, that's a cop out.
Makes you weaker. Bro, people get blood tested.
I don't want to hear that shit, man. Y'all making excuses, man. Every fight gets blood drawn. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Dan,
trust me.
Look,
Yo, bro.
It's a lot of people that don't like their blood drained that can get tattoos. It's a difference, dude. From
Where?
having your blood.
What is it? What fighter has gone through that? What fighter
Porter complained about that versus Danny. I heard him say.
A lot of people, a lot of
athletes. Yeah, they complain, but he got his blood drawn, right? He got his blood drawn.
Still do it. Exactly.
Yeah,
they still do it. They don't
it.
hold up a fight for 5 years.
Can't use that as an example, Dan, because
he said he don't like it, but I mean, the motherfucker getting paid to do it. So I mean,
exactly. So don't want to hear that shit about.
No. Dan, you can't use that. Dan, you can't use that as an example because when it came to Manny Pacquiao, it's a special case. No. Let me explain.
I know.
Let me explain. It's a special case with Manny Pacquiao because he was going to.
No, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna body you. First of all, I'm a Mayweather fan. I can't stand the motherfucker, but I'm gonna tell you this right there. When Pacquiao came out and said that shit, that was suspect right there.
Well,
you got to justify that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so even if we don't have the proof, we're entitled to draw our own opinions from that.
Well,
yeah, exactly. I can't. I mean, I'm not saying he's. I'm saying he was dirty. What I'm saying is it was suspect to me.
Okay.
This man refused.
Red flag.
I don't care.
What, in my opinion,
it's suspect to me that dad put that out. That's an old Slick Willie Michigan.
They don't Slick Willie shit.
They put out false propaganda on Pacquiao.
It's all documented. Take a look at it.
They was afraid of your 5'6" Filipino beating people. So
yeah.
He was on juice.
Yeah, that is true.
Yo,
I
agree with that.
I definitely agree with that.
Anytime black people see other people doing something extraordinary in sports, they saw
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, Abiz. Hey, hold up. Let me read this quote. Hold on.
Of course you with him, battle.
Bias, hold up. Abuz has got a very interesting comment. He said, "Hey, look, this is in the chat, and this is very interesting. I want you guys' thoughts on this." He said, "Look, I'm an AJ fan, but his trips to disappear to Dubai all the time is also suspicious to me. So we can play this game with every fighter."
Well, show me the proof. That's all we do.
Not for 5 years though. AJ ain't done it for 5 years.
We gotta have documents, man.
I know. I agree. That's your thoughts on it. That's why I'm asking your thoughts on that.
Wait, trips disappearing to Dubai.
Yeah, he
How
goes
many
to
times have you
Dubai
gone
all
to
the
Dubai?
time. He goes to Dubai all the time. He goes to Dubai.
But throughout his
we know De La Hoya
during his camps, right? He gets extensive testing.
We know that De La Hoya wore fishnet stockings because we've seen the damn pictures and we heard the stories. That is on record. That's no longer speculation. That's the proof I need from now on. From you.
No, but anyway.
Bro, you're not listening, bro. I didn't say Matt Pacquiao was a dirty fighter. What I'm saying is,
talk about it.
It's suspicious, right?
I'm telling you, it's suspicious that the man rejected the drug testing clause in the contract. He rejected it.
But yo, we got to be honest, bro. We've never seen Miguel Cotto get obliterated like that. Seeing him do that kind of made me like.
I seen him get obliterated by Margarito. What you talking about?
Nah, but it wasn't like the way Manny Pacquiao.
Yes, it was.
Margarito was wrist, man.
was getting his ass whooped by Zab Judah till he punched him in the dick. What y'all talking about?
Wait, but Margarito cheated though.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
what about Cotto? What
Zone,
about
you
Cotto?
can't. Zone,
Okay, what about Cotto? He punched Cotto in the dick. Then what about
hey,
that?
hey, Zone, I agree. Zone, I
Zab
agree.
did not obliterate Miguel Cotto. What the hell you talking about, bro?
Hey,
Cotto, man. He was beating the shit out of Cotto. He wobbled
let
him
me.
a couple
No,
times.
he wasn't. He was winning the fight. He was getting some rounds on Cotto. I
He was
get
beating the
that,
shit out of
but
that dude in
no,
the first man. No, he was beating his ass. He was
get the
wobbling
fuck
him and everything.
wasn't, man.
Zab hit him with that uppercut, man.
Hey, Zone.
Miguel Cotto hit him with his dick.
Hey, Zone. You can't always use that. You need proof to say this. Sugar Ray Leonard said that Roberto Duran called his wife a whore. We don't got no picture of it, do we? But he know he was there, wasn't he?
I'm talking about steroids. I don't know about that. He said, she said, gossip shit. I'm talking about steroids.
There's a lot of he say, she say when it comes to steroids. That was the whole propaganda why they didn't fight.
Yo, let's move on. I got a question. Come on, yo, I got a question.
Those guys
Yeah,
from
go ahead, man.
Michigan,
What's up?
those
Exactly.
black
He
guys
held
from
up the fight
Michigan
for 5
was
years.
afraid of this Filipino guy that was 5'6", so they put out propaganda on him.
I agree with that. I agree 100% with that. I agree 100% with that.
It's all good, brother. I know it's all good. It's all good, but you still sour over the fact that Mayweather beat.
Not
I know
understand
you sour over that, bro.
Probably sour over that. I would have believed Manny Pacquiao would have lost anyway. If Floyd was just hiding behind, he's on steroids, so he just didn't have to take the fight. That's the point blank period. Floyd sucker. Floyd sucker.
Come on.
Yeah, of course he does. Yeah. Floyd just did it just because he could, and he knew he could get a whole bunch of Floyd Mayweather fans to back him up and say Manny Pacquiao's on steroids.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm be honest. Prime Floyd would have beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao, bro. Prime Floyd would have beat the hell out of Manny. I don't know why you think Manny should have took them damn drug tests, and he should have took that split too. That 60-40 that they were getting, he shouldn't have lied about that non-pay-per-view shit. That wasn't true. He never found out somebody said he wanted 100. Nah, Manny didn't want that fight, get more money. Manny was gonna get that ass whoop, bro.
I think Manny always wanted that fight, to be honest, bro.
He always wanted that fight.
Bro, he wanted that fight on stage.
He wanted that fight.
He wanted that fight. He would have took the 40 million. He would have took the 40 million while Floyd made 60. Instead, he came out and he went out and he made commercial stuff.
Low place. We're not talking about low place. We're not talking about a situation.
Battle, hold on. He was smart not to take the money because look how much he grossed later on fighting for him.
That wasn't his
match. Fuck all that. You could do that in the rematch. You could do that shit in the rematch.
Not make that much. No, not make.
Yeah,
No,
you can. You can do it. Go perform, and you can. If not,
you can't because Floyd made 60 million, Maidana still made 6 million. That's totally crazy.
Fuck that got to do
because that's not the same thing he made. What are you talking about? Floyd made 300 million in one fight, and in the second fight, in the first fight,
bro. What that got to do with Maidana and Pacquiao, dude? What the fuck?
Mayweather.
But yeah, exactly. So you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Do with no Manny Pacquiao. Have you ever seen Maidana?
That's the brain fart for you, bro.
What do you mean, brain fart?
You acting like Maidana Pacquiao, motherfucker. You ain't brain fart. You body fart. You body fucking fart today.
All right, whatever. How the heck is Manny Pacquiao gonna make that in a rematch when Floyd made 300 million in the first fight?
I don't know, man.
That's just crazy.
I got a question.
You get 40 million, you get back in pay-per-view, you do it again, and you make what? 2 fights?
So all I know is
anyways. Weren't you fighting anyways? You paying taxes any damn way.
All I know
he wouldn't have made 40 million.
He was still fighting battle. He gonna
That was your whole point. What you talking about? That was your whole point. What did you arguing? What is you arguing? That was your whole point. You changing up.
Never fought a fight until he fought Floyd Mayweather.
Bro, you moving the goalpost, bro. What the heck is wrong with you? That was your whole point. That was your entire point. What is you talking about?
Let's move on. Let's move on, bro.
Likewise.
Motherfucker talking about
move on.
5 years to make fights and shit. Is he still fighting?
Who the fuck said that?
Yo, chill. Let's chill.
Was he still fighting or not? Was he still fighting or not?
Who said that? Hey, I want you to replay the clip where I said that.
Was he still fighting or not? So why the
asking these meaningless behind questions? Where did I say wait 5-6 years, bro?
I mean,
you put words in my mouth, bro. Now I feel like Phil right now.
Motherfucker every year.
Hey, y'all, let's move on. Let's move on. Hey, let's move on. Look, Pacquiao Mayweather, that saga, that chapter is closed, y'all. Let's move
was
on.
delayed for
5 years
Yeah.
because of Pitts.
After the weekend, yo, do you reckon there's a clear pound for pound number one fighter? Like a lot of people
Yo,
think
let's
Crawford
talk
is one.
about that. Let's talk about that, man.
Is Crawford the clear number one right now?
Crawford pound for
Yes,
pound number
yes,
one, man.
easy,
They're hating
easy,
on
bro,
Crawford.
easy.
I gotta go with Crawford.
Crawford is number one. Fuck that.
Yo,
gets
listen,
me.
listen.
I watched
I gotta
Sherman
go.
Porter the other day. Them boys pound number
Listen,
one.
listen.
That's nuts.
Lomachenko. No. This is
Fuck
the
Lomachenko.
truth, bro. Lomachenko, since he moved up, he struggled in both of his fights besides Anthony Crolla, bro. He struggled with Pedraza, and he got dropped.
That don't struggle with
Bro,
Benavidez, though.
Pound for pound, for
fuck
me is you
Lomachenko.
dominate, bro.
He did not struggle, man. He dropped
That does not
Pedraza
mean you
twice.
always down.
Crawford got hurt by Benavidez and
That does not
to
mean
the body, though.
because
Bro,
if you
Lomachenko ain't shit. When you really break down his resume, he ain't shit,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you,
I wouldn't
Amir.
go
See,
that
Amir,
far,
I
man.
agree with you, bro. Because
But
look,
if you gonna look
really,
at Crawford resume and say he's any better,
look, hold on. Let's
Lomachenko,
look
you're gonna have
Hey,
400
I'm
amateur fights and losing your second professional fight, man.
One
Knock
at a
it off.
time.
Thank you. Let's let's think about Lomachenko. Okay, hold on. What's Lomachenko's best win?
Who did
Ring it
Crawford
down.
fight in the second
Ring it
fight?
out.
If
Ring it
Crawford
out.
best
Linares.
No, Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux's his best win. But go ahead.
Okay, and how many professional fights did Rigondeaux have when he fought him? Was it 9?
About 16?
18.
18?
No.
18?
Yeah, 18.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Okay,
Rigo was a
how
pound for
old?
pound
How about the
fighter.
weight
old was
class?
how
Don't
old
forget
was he?
about Rigo.
Oh my
How old
God.
was he? How old was he?
Rigondeaux 38 years old when he fought him. 37.
Oh my God.
okay.
Rigo is small, man. Rigo is
So
small.
and he
man.
wasn't in his prime, right? Okay.
Here
No.
we go.
Nor his proper weight
Oh
class. His
my
prime
God.
wasn't in his prime. He
Crawford
wasn't in
is
his proper
But
weight.
number
I'm
one.
trying to say if you struggle, that doesn't mean that you're not pound for pound. People can struggle all the time, and that's
Oh my
I don't
God.
get the
Do
point because
any of you
Crawford.
think Lomachenko's number one?
Best win is
Hey, but
Gamboa.
for real though, Lomachenko still got that.
Who thinks Lomachenko's number one?
I don't
Oh
think
my
so.
God. I don't think neither one of them, man.
He conceded that he didn't want no problems with Crawford.
Bro,
When they
didn't
was talking,
Lomachenko come out and say that Crawford was the best fighter
yeah,
anyway?
Yes, he
Yes,
said
he
that
said that.
multiple
Yes,
times.
yes,
He
he
said
did.
that
he
multiple
said he
times.
didn't want that smoke. They was trying to get
For
him
real.
to 35.
And let's be
They
for
was
real.
trying to.
Let's
They
be
was
for real though. Listen over. Lomachenko still got the Orlando City loss on his record.
exactly.
Right.
Exactly,
Oh
bro.
my
Tell you
God.
That's a good point,
Now,
man.
if you want to say
Big is
Canelo
swelling.
Alvarez,
These
you can
guys are
say
haters,
Canelo
man. You guys are
Big
haters.
is
Guys,
wilding.
Well, hold on. But okay, other than Rigondeaux, who else did Lomachenko beat? That's better?
How many
Nicholas
people in
Walters.
boxing got a better
Walters.
win?
Nicholas-
Hold on.
Nicholas
Unbiased. Let me
Walters.
ask you this, unbiased.
Just
Did
answer
Tony
that.
Harrison? Did
Just
Tony
answer
Harrison? Hold on, unbiased. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick a person. Did Tony Harrison got a better win than Terrence Crawford already?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He does.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Jamil
depends
Charlo
on
got
how.
better.
He
I
does.
mean,
I think he
no,
does.
it
I'm
depends on
done.
how
He
you
does.
rate Jamal
See, this
Tony
why
Charlo.
you can't
Harrison.
even
If you
talk
You
to
don't
rate
rate
Crawford
Jamal
Jamal
fans.
Charlo, right?
Charlo,
You
then
can't even
Yo,
talk to
Jamal
Crawford
Charlo's a
fans.
better win than anyone on
You can't
Crawford's
even
resume.
talk to Crawford
In my
fans,
Absolutely
bro.
opinion.
not.
Can't
No,
even
no,
talk
no,
to
let
him.
T
No.
T
No.
Who the fuck?
he finish up.
Who
Finish up.
the fuck?
It's still top
Jamel?
10.
No, no,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
let
Who,
T let
yeah,
T
please explain. Go ahead.
I'm just going
Finish.
down the panel.
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
go down the panel if y'all don't
No,
mind.
but explain.
Zone is Jamel Charlo better than anybody that Terrence Crawford has fought?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
he's better than
Yeah,
Jamel.
yeah,
Let's
Zone is
zone.
most probably.
Damn,
100%.
battle. Your name's Zone
Relax.
today. Let's zone.
Yeah,
What the
let
fuck
T
are
go
you
down.
talking about? Yes,
Hey,
one
Zone
time.
answer. He
hey,
trying to answer the question.
hey,
All
relax,
right, guys,
guys.
come on,
Let's
guys.
Go
let's
ahead,
relax. Well, let's
zone.
relax. Let's go down the
Everybody
line.
down the panel because everybody's circle jerking, but I just
Yeah,
want
let's
to
go down the panel.
zone.
Let's go down the
You
line.
think
As I
Jamel
I'm
Charlo is
listening.
better? Zone.
I'm listening.
Is Jamel Charlo better than anybody that Terrence Crawford has fought?
Yeah, he better than anybody that he fought.
Unbiased? Unbiased?
He's tricking that thing.
Unbiased?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. Yeah.
Hamid?
Nah, Postal, I think, man. Charlo wasn't a champion. So
No. But
All right, great.
Charlo,
Let him have it. Don't argue with him. Let him have it. Dan.
Right.
Let him have it. Dan.
Oh, go ahead. That's fine. Me?
Yeah.
I say if he didn't fight your boys Gamboa, then I would have said yeah, but no.
All right, battle.
Yes.
Who else is it? This dude, the new dude, Amir.
Yeah.
See,
and
I don't know. I plead the fifth, man.
We got like
no, man. Because look, I'm being serious. No, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
What
but look, hold on.
What's
Yo,
Jamal's biggest win? What's
he ain't
Jamal's
got no
biggest
quality
win?
he got
wins.
Jamel's big Trout. It's Trout. His is best win.
It's Austin Trout, right?
Jamel
Was that a prime?
got
Hold up,
bodies.
but was that
He got a few
was that a
bodies. Let's not
prime?
do
Hold
that.
up,
Wait,
that wasn't a prime Trout.
was that a prime Austin Trout?
Let's look at
Bro, he knocked out an A-level prospect when Hamed is here saying post
Are you gonna answer the question? Okay.
Wait. Let's
Hold on, man. One at a time, bro.
You know
One
why
at
he
a
cut
time.
me off? You know why Lil come? Because you know where I'm going
I
with
didn't
this.
cut nobody off. I asked the whole panel.
Wait, see. Hold on, T.
What about you?
Hell no, Crawford ain't fought no Jamel Charlo.
Wait.
I think you. But what I'm
Hell
asking
no.
Yeah, but hold on.
Okay, what's the argument for post out? Let me hear.
Okay, so by that you saying that? What are you trying to say? Tony Harrison is better than Bud Crawford?
I'm just saying, bro.
No.
If he got a better resume, he got a better resume.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold on.
You know how many champions Bud Crawford undefeated fighters?
Guys,
fuck out of here, man.
It's a false equivalent. It's a false equivalent. It's a false.
Yeah, it's a false equivalent.
It's a false equivalent.
Fight guys.
Crawford's more accomplished.
Low place. It's a false equivalent.
I'm biased. Hold up, guys. Hold up. God, who? Wait, does Charlo have a better resume than Gamboa? Yes or no?
Yes.
I mean, I think so. I think so.
Yes, he does.
Charlo has Charlo has Vanis Martirosyan. He has Austin Trout. He got Hadley. He has Gabe Rosado. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all sleep. Lubin was supposed to be that dude, bro. Lubin was supposed to be that dude. Hey, Lubin was the number one rated amateur in the world. What y'all talking about?
Wait a minute.
Okay,
Hold up.
Gamboa's fucking.
Gamboa has Jason Sosa. What?
He didn't win that fight.
Not only a gold medal Olympian, but
Gamboa's got
Salido, Martinez. Was it Martinez?
Nah, Gamboa got exposed, man.
Yeah, inconsistent Lewis.
That guy wasn't that good.
It stops at
Salido, Darley Perez,
Daniel Ponce de Leon.
He beat a young Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon, he
beat a young Ponce de Leon. So wait a minute, hold up.
No, it wasn't no young Ponce de Leon. What you mean? Ain't no young. Jumbo was a prohibitive favorite to win that fight.
Well, how young was Trout? I mean, by that time, didn't Trout get stopped by Leroy? Didn't Trout get stopped? Not stopped, but didn't Trout lose?
What, Trout was the prime when he fought Trout? When he fought Charlo?
Yo, but hold on.
But he got more than Charlo, though. Y'all trying to
let's move on, man. This is going in circles. Come on.
When he fought Poster?
Let me ask you.
No, hold on. But this is the thing.
How many champions did he
do? Yeah. That's exactly.
How many undefeated fighters did Jamel beat?
Exactly.
How many O's did he take?
Exactly.
Look.
So is that
hold on. You want better? What is up with you and these O's, lad?
One at a time.
Not to have O's.
Okay. How many undefeated champions has he beat? Because Bud has.
I'm gonna ask you again. Who? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask you again. So Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, right. Keep switching.
No, bro. Who is Shakur Stevenson fighting not to have an O? Because you bringing up O's. I'm talking about all these false O's. Y'all. Who they fighting?
How's it a false O? Either you're undefeated or not.
Yeah, he right.
Man, ain't nobody. But what is so good about this O thing?
Yeah, you glorifying losses. These boxers, they get in the ring.
No, that's not good about
Tony Harrison.
But if you do lose, then that's something.
Yeah, but low place. Hold on. Slow place. Hold on. This is why it's a false equivalent. Charlo has not accomplished nearly enough to even be in the same breath as Bud Crawford.
What you mean? I didn't compare Charlo to Crawford. I compared Charlo to who all the hell Bud Crawford fought. And I told you right then and there that Tony Harrison immediately, who has also fought a unified champion, Jared Hurd.
But he did beat Harrison, though.
Hold on. My pound for pound number one, Tony Harrison. I mean, Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd, my pound for pound number one. Okay,
Jared Hurd,
this dude got a better. This dude got off the canvas and found a way to get a better win than Crawford. But y'all sitting over here talking about Lomachenko resume. Man, none of these dudes got a resume. Go quality over quantity.
Who got a better resume? Canelo or Crawford? Canelo or Crawford? That's it. Come on. That's
Canelo.
I think Canelo gonna whoop Crawford ass in about a year.
asterisks to his weight.
Canelo and Butter at the top. Those are the
In
top.
about a
two
year,
highest
Canelo
pound
gonna beat the
Canelo
shit out of
has a lot
Terence
of
Crawford.
Canelo,
He has a lot of
Canelo
asterisks.
gonna beat Cheryl Spence ass in about 7 months.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yo,
Nah,
but we
Cyril-
got
Hell no.
yo,
Yeah.
Errol
but
Spence
look,
isn't
Hell
top
no.
10 for me.
That's
He's not
capping.
top 10
That's
for me.
yeah, Earl Spence shouldn't be in the
I
pound
think
for pound
Canelo
list,
gonna
man.
fight Crawford before he fights
It depends
Spence
to be
because
me.
he gonna
Yeah,
do
he
his
gonna
little
fight
cherry
him
pick.
before Spence, because Spence gonna get his ass whooped.
Yep.
And
Hold on, who Spence
Hell
gonna get?
no.
Hold
Hell
on, who
no.
gonna
Yo,
whoop Spence? Porter?
Crawford
You
is
said
gonna
Porter
get.
gonna whoop Spence?
Yo,
Porter.
Crawford is
No.
gonna get.
Zone,
I
hold
got
on.
Porter.
Let's zone say that. Let's zone say that. Porter
Yep.
gonna whoop Spence?
Live in HD, I got Porter.
Hey,
Yo,
I don't
Split
blame you. I
decision.
don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Split
No,
decision.
absolutely
bro,
not.
I got
Porter's
bets
gonna
on
get
that.
decapitated. That dude
No,
really
he
gonna
not.
do a blue
I got
Look,
forty
back
bets
to
on
back.
that.
Ain't
When
never
have
Yo,
you
seen it
seen
before.
Porter? When have
Show
you
me
I'm
seen
the
Porter
proof.
taking
get
bets on
abused
Porter
like that?
You
versus
gotta show
Spence.
me the proof.
All right, one at a
Show me
time.
the
I'll put
proof.
it. I'll put it this way. I'll put it this
Show me
way.
the proof.
C's. I'll put it this way. C's. He's gonna get dominated.
Show me the proof.
That's better.
When have you seen? When have
What
you
do you
ever
mean
seen him
show you this?
dominated? When have you ever seen Porter dominated?
I
When?
like that.
First,
It's
it's the
the
first
Show me
time.
the
It's the
proof.
first time for
The
everything. I haven't seen him get
Exactly,
Right.
dominated.
You
and that's
guys
the first
actually
time for Spence
listen.
to lose too.
This guy
Listen.
couldn't finish a
That ain't
Yo,
gonna happen. You
see.
want
He
Let me
couldn't
ask
finish
a
a
Well,
question.
come
Yeah.
on, man.
Hold
One more
on, let
time,
me
chat
ask.
here.
I wanted to ask
Sis,
Dan
let me
something,
ask
but
a
Dan
question.
left yesterday. Before
Wait, let
Dan,
me ask you guys a question. A panel.
He couldn't finish a featherweight.
Yep.
Yo, you guys. Yo,
Couldn't
do
finish
do
a
you guys
featherweight.
actually?
Couldn't even
Yo,
drop
listen,
him. Didn't even wobble
listen.
him. Didn't even
Yeah,
wobble him.
quick question. Do you guys actually watch the tape and how they fight, or do you just go off resumes and who they fought?
Nah,
I go off the tape. I go off
I
the
watch the
tape.
fights, man. I try to watch the fights, man.
I go
Exactly.
off the
If you go
tape.
off the tape, tell me how Porter beat Spence.
He
I saw
doesn't.
that one.
Okay,
He doesn't.
Off
He
the
doesn't.
tape.
you have to understand
Beat him.
Porter's stuff.
He has a chance
I'm
though.
sorry.
No.
Yeah,
He
he
did
has a
watch
Just
chance,
Porter's
Okay,
but
last
I'm gonna
fight.
tell you.
Porter looked
look.
trash, man. Come on.
go ahead.
What
Go
have
ahead,
you
Tell
Zone.
you how he beat him.
it's not a very big chance.
Let's be honest. I know we like all these fighters, but for real, every time they get in big fights, none of these son of a bitches perform for real like that. Let's be
Right, the fights be close. Right.
all these shits always be close all the fucking time. We get hyped up, we argue about the shit, and it be some type of
Who
bullshit
was more
split decision.
impressive? Who was
So
more
that's the
impressive?
track record of big
Who's more
fights.
impressive last fight?
I have
Porter.
never seen Terence Crawford. I have never seen Sean Porter be put down and broken, and he always murk up fights. He ain't
Because
gonna
he
do that
hasn't
but head
fought
with Earl
Spence or
Spence.
Crawford. That's why.
Yeah,
Oh
let him
man,
finish.
you tripping? He's got the
My
hardest
man,
fights.
Porter's
He's fought.
go
fought.
ahead, Zone.
I got
Go ahead,
Porter.
Zone.
I think Porter is gonna murk up the fight. I think Porter's gonna come in there and be a little bit more than what Earl Spence thought. This guy could not finish a featherweight. And man, come on, we know damn
Yo,
well.
come on.
No,
I
for real. No,
think
listen.
I
Yo,
think
you know,
Errol is
bring
gonna
Mikey.
dominate him.
Listen to me carefully.
Yo, listen, leave Mikey aside for a sec. Yeah.
Hey, listen to me carefully. Mikey Garcia is a tough son of a bitch, but he just don't have the physical attributes to fuck with Spence. Sean Porter is way more durable and stronger than
I
fucking
agree with him.
Mikey.
And he
Listen,
has
look.
he got the right
Hold on.
mentality
Hold
too. He's a
on.
Hold on,
very
let's all finish. Let's all finish. Go ahead.
He got two things going for him. He has the physical attributes to get with him, and he has the tendency to get dirty. That's
There
what
you
I'm saying.
go.
You
There
talking
you
about
go.
a southpaw versus an orthodox? It will be a fucking headbutt, and Spence will be pissed and frustrated all fight because Sean Porter is gonna fuck this fight away, and it's
Yep.
gonna be some type
Look,
of split
Spence
decision.
going
I
on.
see Porter landing his right hand too.
I
see him
think
landing that.
I could see Porter having really good success and possibly winning. I wouldn't take that out,
No,
but
pause.
I would
No, he
favor.
wouldn't be the favorite. I agree.
I
He
would
wouldn't be
favor
the favorite.
Spence.
Paul's whole
Yeah.
style
in my
of coming
opinion,
forward and being a murky fighter plays into Errol Spence's strengths.
No,
I
no,
think
not
You
with
can't
Porter.
gas Spence. You
Not
can't
with
gas
Porter,
Spence.
bro.
You have to let
hey,
Spence
look,
do
No, it
I
does.
think
Errol
before
Spence
you.
comes forward, right? And he,
okay.
do you know what I mean? He comes
Yo, but
forward and he just
Amir, hold on. Let me.
throws hard punches, right? If this
But
guy's
there were sequences where Mikey Garcia was essentially backing up Spence when he
I mean that was very brief.
So
That was
right,
brief.
right.
bro, come on, bro. That's a strategical backstep, man.
Spence was
Okay,
choosing to go backwards.
Okay, so
you kind of got
you
to.
Yo,
can't.
come on.
I
He
think
I'll give you this. He does cover. He covers up, right, when he's
You can't do
being
that.
onslaughted,
Yeah,
right?
but you can't do
But
that
you think
versus
he's the?
Porter though.
You think he's
But
gonna
Brooke
do
did
that
it
for the
with
whole fight
Porter.
against Porter?
He can back up. He can back up
Brooke
Porter.
did it. Hold on, Brooke did it versus Porter.
He could. I mean, y'all
Bro,
don't give
bear in
Errol
mind
Spence
though.
credit. He could just outbox Sean Porter.
Hold up.
Yeah,
Hold up.
exactly. And Spence fights differently in different fights. Like he comes.
Nah.
He does. He does. That is true. He will outbox you.
Yo, it just happened with Dan.
He just dropped off. But yeah, man, y'all gotta quit putting Spence in one bag like he's just one thing. Like the dude
No,
might
I'm not
just go
saying
in there
that,
and
but I'm saying
Porter.
Porter's a rough. He's a rough fighter.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man.
How that happened?
I
No,
think.
guys,
I
guys,
think.
hold up, battle.
I
Hold up. I'm
think.
gonna
Go ahead,
wrap
Dan.
this.
Hold up.
Guys,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. We can finish this offline, but I'm gonna wrap this hangout out. Shout out to you guys for joining. I know we had a great provocative debate. So shout out to all the commenters in the
Blessed
chat.
for letting me on, bro.
What
No
happened
problem,
there?
man. Thanks for
What
coming
happened?
on, man.
Did everyone drop off? Or
Yeah,
did you...
but I'm hang out though. But Amir, thank you for coming on, man. You should come on sometime more often, man. You've been
Yeah, man, most definitely, man. It was fun.
guys. All you guys in the chat. We can finish this offline. We out. Peace.